call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 70s with a slight chance of an afternoon shower across the south. Mainly clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, mid to upper 50s, and sunshine for Friday with a high low 80s. Saturday, another sunny day with a high low 80s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Fight like hell for the University of Arkansas the entire time that I'm there.
We are live today at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living for the third time in the last calendar year, and usually good things happen for Arkansas football and I think baseball, although I'm kind of forgetting the last time we were here. Sitting next to Matt Jones, I'm Phil Elson. Christian Johnston is in our studios producing today, and over the next 3 hours on halftime, we'll be taking your calls and texts on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Dudley Dawson, Danny West, and Brett Dolan will be the guests, and we'll also visit with Scott a little bit about what it's like to live at Pinnacle Grove's Senior Living, where you get a chance to actually get ready for this Notre Dame football game at a tailgate party that is going to be indoors and outdoors. And, Matt, it smells I thought initially was first I smelled all the popcorn that was popping, but then when you added in the salted, the roasted nut smell here, kind of, I don't know if you remember, if you went to, like, department stores growing up and where I did, this smells like the old-fashioned department store that I grew up going to.
Happy Thursday, game week. I'm not even going to talk about last Saturday anymore. Yeah. I know we had therapy Monday. I feel like we've been talking way too. It's over with. You gotta wash it. and go forward because we don't go straight, and that's what we're going to do. Man, I've already picked out a room. I've already got. You should see the board they got over there with all the things they get to do. Is like this is my type of spot, right? I think you have to be 55 before you can move in here. So I got a little bit to go, but.
You think you might, fake a little bit on the hey, we used to do fake IDs as kids trying to be 21, trying to be a little bit older. Did we realize we really needed the fake ID in order to get a nicer place to live?
Night, they play cards. Yeah. They take you to wherever you want to go. Like, what's going on
Well,
here?
I mean, you got all these great restaurants around here, too, and you can just walk out to them as well.
Well, and then you can just walk and act like you don't know what you're – see, when I get to be an older man, an older gentleman, I already got that down, like where you're just like, oh, he's just an old person. Let him do whatever he wants.
Have you ever thought to yourself that you're a 65-year-old man in a 40-year-old body?
Oh, every day.
Well, I may be at the same place, but I'm too caffeinated to feel all that old right now. Got up at 6 o'clock to make the drive from Little Rock today. I'll be up here for the next few days because we've got our appearance at the All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater in Springdale tomorrow on Sunset, and then the Notre Dame football game on Saturday. There's a lot else going on. Now, later after the show, I'm finally going to get my eyes on the women's basketball team for the first time. Since we're, like 6 weeks from tip-off of college basketball, get a chance to meet Coach Music in person and some of the other assistants that are new. Coach Johnson, one of them, and get a look at the team. Then tomorrow is the baseball team's fall classic. They do this whole Woo Pig weekend. I think there's volleyball and there's soccer and there's a softball scrimmage. And, it all centers around the football game. And, of course, it's going to be the weekend that Matt Jones shows up for an Arkansas Notre Dame football game, too.
This is it, huh? Let's see what happens. Arkansas, Notre Dame. I usually go. I think UAB was the game I went to last year. So
was that for the Hall of Honor?
Yeah, that was the day. The DVH. They just let me be. I had VIP access. I got to sit by DVH.
I remember seeing you in the end zone there. You waved to the crowd and everything and called the Hogs.
Well, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna be in the stand for this one.
Is that the last game we've won? Have we beat a team since then? I mean,
golly. At home? I think there was the Tennessee win.
Do you think? There you go, C. McMahon. Do you think?
I hadn't heard one of his McMahon laughs in a while. What's wrong with Christian?
I feel like we're definitely going to have to get to 28 points. I think we can. Can we figure it out in the second half is the question. So because teams get stronger as the games go on, or our teams wilt and fold like a cheap tent. And you think about the second half of really nobody cares that you beat Alabama, A&M, or Arkansas State. I mean, these are games you're supposed to win. So we've played two teams that are like real teams, and they've both beat us. This is a third team that's have we figured anything out for the second half to continue to go forward and kind of impose your will? And then you talk about an identity for teams, and it's like once you get to a certain age, you get to a certain spot, you are who you are. Is this team all of a sudden just going to be physical?
Right. It's like 5 games in, you are who you are, especially when you go into an off week. You're not going to change everything about the program by then. It feels like things can be, a little bit baked in. And I think of those 2 games that you mentioned. Can I bring up the Ole Miss game and the Memphis game briefly?
Let's do it.
Okay. So that's not really the topic of those games. It's just the defense did play better in the second half at Oxford. I mean, I don't know if the box were in front of me or the numbers, but, I mean, they did get some stops, a couple stops. When they needed one, they got one too. So there was that. And look, the offense, I think, was surging on that last drive before, we know what happened. And obviously that's different from the Memphis game, and that's, that was the last one we saw right in front of us, so it's still fresh in front of our minds. But yeah, I mean, I do feel like I've seen something of an improvement in the second half from one of the units, even in the 2 losses. But that's also a low bar to set because it's not like the defense played great in the second half against Ole Miss. They just played a little bit better. So at least we've seen a little bit improvement there. It's just first you got to get it to that point where it's a close game and the second half matters. I think there's a lot of people right now, Matt. We've had plenty of people text in throughout the week. Even Grant Hall yesterday. And I don't think Grant's thinking it's a blowout if he says they're going to lose by 2 touchdowns. But it just, to me, and I think you and I disagree on this, because I do think that the Razorbacks will keep this a close. They may even have the lead going into the second half. Because I do think offensively they can play at a really high level. They're at home. And, you're looking for something to move it forward. What are you going to hang your hat on with this team? You're going to hang your hat on their offense.
Well, they better do a little better in the second half. That's my whole point. If they score 28 points, they're going to be in the game the whole game. I'm not saying that they're not doing that. My thing is, are we all of a sudden going to give Braylon Russell? I mean, seriously, like in the fourth quarter, I don't know all these guys that have played defense before, but you don't want to tackle anymore. Like, it's just you don't want to go. And then so I'm going to put this battering ram of Braylon Russell in the fourth. We're going to leave him on the sideline. I mean, at least use our weapons. Give us a chance if and I don't know whose call that is. We all say that's Coach Pittman's call, but is it the running back's call? Is it Bobby Petrino's call?
Mm-hmm.
Why is you're paying $500,000 to a running back and you're letting him touch the ball 4 times a game? Somebody explain that to me.
I think that's all Petrino's call, really, and there's got to be conversations. I think Sam gave the reins of the offense to Bobby Petrino and the reins of the defense to Travis Williams. I think he is a CEO style coach. I don't think he's coming up with the game plans for both sides here. I think that's a Petrino decision. And look, I mean, I want to see more balance between the two of them, because another thing I don't want to see, and maybe if the coaching staff gets blown up, then everybody can go into the portal, and they can go into the portal immediately. I don't want to see Russell leave this program. Whether Sam's the coach or whether somebody else is the coach, because to me that's somebody. I'm not saying you're giving him 25 carries a game or you're building the offense around him, but that's an SEC bruiser right there.
Well, and it should be by committee, and I agree with you as far as the running back. There's not just an Adrian Peterson. There's not a Herschel Walker on this team. It should be by committee, and you put effort, you put time in practice, and you earn the right to go out on the playing field and play. And I think that's what they've been doing. I just don't. I don't know. We got to get over it, because I'm still. It's almost like I'm having PTSD. I'm in shock, the fact that we lost to Memphis, and it's just you're just like, what? Like, where do we go from? Every single team we play from here on out would beat Memphis by 2 touchdowns, right? Like, there's no. I mean, seriously, and we can't beat Memphis.
Well, and that I think that's the feeling for folks when you look. So Notre Dame's favored by 4 on the Bet Saracen app. And I don't remember what the odds were in terms of win total for Arkansas when the season started, but it's plus 190 just to make a bowl game right now, and 5 wins minus 130, 4 wins is minus 400. That tells you the betting public's thoughts inside the state borders is right now you're not even looking at 6 wins, and I would say to the listenership too, that has the ability to let us know what they think at 877-377-6963. They're with them as well. And remember, it took us coming to Pinnacle Groves last year to get the mojo for the team to beat Tennessee, which was the most impressive win of the season, and basically got you your bowl game because of that win. So that's how it's all going to start here this week at Pinnacle Groves. We can give it to them.
I think Larry will stay in the closet this year, but that's okay. He'll be ready next year. Do got to say happy birthday to Pops. My dad turned
boy.
70. I was looking Michael Douglas's birthday, Mark Hamill, Scottie Pippen, Will Smith, and Steve Jones. So happy
if you share
birthday.
your birthday with Amber Heard, he's Coach
Scottie Pippen, Catherine Zeta-Jones right there.
Wow.
Yeah, Will Smith. Heather Locklear. I think she was married to your boy Motley Crue for a little bit.
That's exactly right. Oh, I still have it. It was the reason I first put on Melrose Place.
Was she in that?
Yeah. And then the story kind of took me the rest of the way.
Yeah, the plot was
of course,
amazing.
All about the plots on television shows from the 90s, which is why I watched Friends too. All right, lots of time for you to get in with us. 877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Hotline. And we'll be right back in just a moment here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
We're talking with legendary Arkansas running back Felix Jones here on the Morning Rush. You could hoop a little bit back in the day, couldn't you?
Man, I tried, yeah. That was actually my first kind of love in sports. And my dad was playing, and then grow it taller up. So we had to go other places, and I took all the ability I had from each and every sport to take the football, and it seemed to work perfectly.
This is the Morning Rush, weekdays from 9 to 11, only on ESPN 95.3.
No one's going to get Felix Jones. Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner. Man, this takes me back to the 2000s.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Neil Young is getting old, searching for a heart of gold. His only #1 song is the #1 thing most people get wrong. We tend to think we're as good as gold, but in Jeremiah 17:9 it's told, the human heart is desperately wicked right from the start. The Holy Spirit will rip you apart, but then give you a new heart. Mine for the treasure of Jesus written in the scrolls. Otherwise, you're chasing fool's gold. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Matt, REM is one of those bands that if we assign that to C Unit for homework this weekend, it's one of those bands that you either really love or it just kind of makes you cringe a little bit. So we could really toy with C music a little. I don't know if you want to do that to them this weekend because you can't go from Zeppelin to REM.
You know, REM they're on the cusp, I guess. There's still a band that I will never, if I get into the car and I get the choice of music, I'll never put an REM song on. But I don't mind them as much as other people, but no, not really a fan.
Here's Jay from Fayetteville on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. He certainly wasn't calling about REM, but it's something else. Jay, what's going on?
Hey guys, love the show.
Thank you.
I'm hearing that Nolan Richardson and Scottie Pippen and Corliss are going to be at Walmart tomorrow.
Ooh. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's at that ESPN Walmart experience that we've done the show a couple of times. That's at the Mall Avenue location.
6 to 8 usually is what they've been doing.
It's been afternoons. I'm not exactly sure of the time completely, but I'll double check on that for you, and I'll send the information in. Okay, but I do know that they're going to be there, which is that's
okay.
We've had who have they had so far? There's been Stacy Lewis, Coach Cal.
Have they had Houston yet?
No, there was D-Mac, D-Mac, Felix,
that's the three right
and,
there. Huh?
That's right, and Peyton Hillis, and now
the women's
right,
golf player.
They're going to have Corliss, Scotty, and Nolan. Is that really what you just said?
Yes, it's supposed to be tomorrow. I played against Corliss Williamson in high school basketball.
Well, see if he looks quite the same as he did
was he
back
still
then.
the big nasty?
Well, I was just wondering what time those guys were going to be there. I want to get some autographs.
Pat Bradley's there today, as I hear from Tommy
The
Kraft.
shooter.
How about that?
The shooter's in town. He didn't even call me, man. I talked to the shooter just about a month ago.
I was thinking about Pat yesterday because I wanted to give it back to the people with the idea of what do you want to be, football coach, athletic director, or the czar of college football?
I'm sending Pat a picture message right now.
You doing that with him? How could you even? You got to guilt him.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
I'm like, I thought we were friends, or is it just something we just say? You know, it's like actions.
So it's Pat Bradley there today. I'll double check on the times for you. I don't have all the information about it, Jay, but just stay tuned. And as soon as I get those times, hint, hint, I'll let you know what those are. Here we go. So I was looking for this script here that Tommy sent me, and I just couldn't find it in my email. So Scotty and Nolan and Corliss will be there at 5 to 6:30. It is 5 to 6:30, and that is tomorrow. So there you go. Pat Bradley today, and then tomorrow it's Scotty, Corliss,
5 to 6:30. Okay.
Coach Richardson.
You might want to get there at 4:30.
Well, it's for the first 150 people. So
yeah,
I'd say 4:30. Hey, there were people lining up when we were finished with the show. For the great backfield.
Don Calipari. Oh no,
well,
the other people.
No, that was on a Friday with Cal. I bet you they were lining up Thursday night.
Man, that's he's one of the best to ever do it. That's pretty cool. And so is Nolan Richardson. So is Scotty. I mean, Scotty is Scott. So if we were to do best Robins in sports history. Is it Scottie Pippen? Is he the best Rodman in sports history?
Robin,
or would you say Kobe to Shaq? Like which one of those? But those are two Batmans.
That's exactly what I mean.
But an actual Robin. I mean, Scottie was the Robin to Jordan.
Here's the thing though. Like, was Robin a Hall of Famer? Or was Robin just a Hall of sort of, he's there and can help sometimes?
That's a good.
That's why I have a little
problem. So if you're in the Hall of Fame, you can't be a Rodman.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Or a Robin. You can be a Rodman. Oh, there was Rodmans in the Hall of Fame too.
No, Robin's one of the best ever. Yeah, he's
not a Robin. Heck, he would have not dressed up in that suit. He would have thrown makeup on with it.
People think Draymond Green's good, and it's like you're dumb. Like Draymond Green's not even close to what Dennis Rodman is, and they're like, oh, Draymond Green. No. No. Dennis Rodman was one of the best to ever do it. Now, he's a little bit out there. He's a little bit solar system, but if you want to marry yourself and wear a dress, just go do. Think about in today's media market, in the social media, if Dennis Rodman was, 21 right now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, so, I mean, you take it in a football idea here. So, Tom Brady's Batman, but Gronkowski is not a Robin.
Edelman might have been Rodman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wes Welker.
Yeah,
is
there
Robin.
you go. Yeah, there you
Heck,
go.
he's about the same size.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the second fiddle. I mean,
I think,
Ed McMahon, he's Robin.
Yeah.
Although I think he's in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, so maybe he's not a Robin.
Whoever Topher Grace's agent was really messed up, because he would have been a perfect Rodman to Christian Bell. It's like you should get his agent fired.
Well, that's a guy who built his career just on being the only person on earth who ever went with the last 6 letters of that name to be called by. I never met anybody that's what made him interesting. That's why we're going to start calling you Theo. Theo. Maybe that's where that name actually came from. 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Hotline. These are the sort of conversations you usually have back where you're having coffee at Pinnacle Groves Senior Living.
This is the coolest place I've ever been to. Like, I have to start. I got to get a reservation. If I can get a res for 37 years from now, I'm in.
What makes it cool, and what makes it the thing that I
say you're not going to make it 37 more years.
Well, there is a certain race to be run here.
Fair enough.
There is a very specific race. It's the coffee machine, and it's like I didn't want to leave the Georgia baseball press box because of the coffee machine. The only reason that I'm upset that Arkansas and A&M don't play at the Cowboys Stadium anymore is because of the coffee machine and the press boxes. It's the most amazing piece of equipment ever. Like, Elon Musk has nothing on these coffee machines.
He did save some astronauts, though, didn't he?
Or like building tunnels and stuff.
That's
I don't
true.
know. I'm more
That's
interested
true.
in coffee actually being piped into everybody's house in America rather than building tunnels to
and sparkling water in the refrigerator. Like, whenever you just
Perfect.
get regular water, I need some sparkling water out of there.
Perfect. Yeah. So Scottie Pippen or Scotty Thurman that's going to be there. It's Scotty Thurman. Did we say Scotty Pippen?
No, the homie said Pippen. That's what.
Okay. He
that's
said
what.
he said Scotty Pippen. It's Thurman that'll be there. I went with whatever Scotty he went with because I knew who was going to be there. But
Scotty's Pippen's birthday today.
Okay. So this is a great way to completely confuse everything. If it's Scottie Pippen's birthday, but Scotty Thurman will be at the ESPN Experience at Walmart tomorrow, and he won't be there to celebrate Scottie Pippen's birthday.
Your boy.
What?
I like the unit, man.
You're
The
just
unit
like
is coming
dropping
today.
in lines all of a sudden. Like we need to do a your boy segment for your boy back in the studio here. Your boy, I think he's lonely, Matt. Your boy here is lonely.
Well, if you start looking at like the greatest show on turf, Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Terry Holt, then
So Torrey Holt's not in Canton. Torrey Holt would be Robin.
yeah, because Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison with Peyton Manning. I don't know if both those guys got into the Hall or not.
Yeah,
They should be. Reggie Wayne he was amazing.
I guess Orlando Pace is in the Hall of Fame too.
He's
so
one
he's
of the
from
best
that
to
team.
ever do it. Yeah, 76.
He's from
Yeah.
that team. He was a first overall pick too,
He's a
right?
Buckeye. So I think we
Yeah.
got some Buckeye fans in the stadium today.
I had to laugh a little because in Northwest Arkansas, you've fans of every stripe. I mean, there's a Notre Dame Club of Arkansas that's up here in Northwest Arkansas because there's going to be fans. Look, there's Notre Dame fans everywhere. I don't know if there's Ohio State fans everywhere. Because that's the thing about a program like Ohio State. You don't get the bandwagon fans that Alabama gets, that Notre Dame still gets. I mean, they've won a championship since Holtz in '88, but they still have those fans that will glom onto it because it's Notre Dame. And be like, well, where's the bandwagon? It's not like they're necessarily on a trip towards the national championship game this year either, but they still have that cachet. And that's what I'm excited about this weekend. More than any, I do think it's going to be a good football game, but it's Notre Dame coming here. That's never going to happen again.
Would this be Coach Pittman's biggest win of his career?
I love that you're going in the positive direction.
I think so.
Here.
I think this would be. I know it's a home win, but you look at Tennessee; they made the playoff last year. if he's somehow, because I think he's a lame duck. I think he's dead man walking. I'm not ever calling for somebody to get fired or anything. I'm just looking at what's going on, and we all kind of get what's going on.
The writing's on the wall.
This
It's just a matter if it's erasable ink yet.
It's just, when are you going to go? Are you going to make it through the season, or are we going to make it to a bye week, or is your team going to give any effort for you, or is it going to be too hot for y'all to play in the fourth quarter? Like what's going on?
That cannot be an excuse this weekend because it's going to be.
But if they beat Notre
high.
Dame, what happened? Okay, so where do we go from there? Let's say we beat Notre Dame on Saturday.
Well, then you got a week to.
Do we kind of start over and just say, empty it up? Because then we got 7 games left, 7 conference games left.
Right. At that point, what would you be? You'd be 3-2, which truthfully, I think a lot of folks thought you would be 3-2 after your first 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not going to say it's all there in front of you, because your next tests will be whether or not your offense can keep up with the Volunteers and the Aggies.
What do you think about our O-line? Because did we fall into a false sense of security watching these first 2 games, A&M, Alabama A&M and A-State, thinking, hey, the line looks better. They do. They look better. Taylor's getting time. They're running the ball good. Then we've played a couple teams and kind of shined a little bit in the first half, explosive plays, scheming them up, but not really a 10-play drive. We haven't really done anything where it's like sustainable, saying, man, we got some dudes, we can do this, we can do that. It's like, if we can't get a big play, we really don't get any points.
And you know what they were doing on the last drive against Memphis and the last drive against Ole Miss? They were putting together that exact kind of drive that you're talking about. There might have been a little more time left for Ole Miss, depending on what you did, but they were building that kind of drive. But what's going to kill that? Well, turnovers.
Wouldn't you if you're able to score and then you put it on your defense to try to get a stop or make the offense, you're putting a little pressure on them.
Yeah, have the lead and let the defense be on the field for this weekend.
That'd be something. Ooh. Defense might be able to get a stop for us.
We've really put together a good plan for a win over Notre Dame.
They don't listen to us, though. I
hope not.
I know that. So, yeah.
We're going to talk with Dudley Dawson in just a moment, and then take your calls and texts. Stay with us. This is Halftime.
It's Notre Dame. It's just different. If it was Alabama, that'd be something, but we've seen them. It just is a different feeling.
This is Halftime.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job. Software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Don't miss the big porch sale at Jelco Outdoors. Casual clothing, work clothing, and hunting clothing for men, women, and children. Clothing is priced at 50% off the lowest price, which means savings of 75% or more off the original price. Brands like Ariat, Browning, Wrangler, Drake, Non-Typical, and more. Save up to 75% off at Jelco Outdoors Porch Sale, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drug Store in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drug Store, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches. Choose any two. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two. With fries and a drink, just $6.99. Why settle for junior burgers? Get big savings on full-size goodness in Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. These items only. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary. See app for terms.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
It's a peachy kind of girl. Eyes nose like we spent a long night at the Memory Motel. It's on the ocean. I guess you know it well.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
I was going to call him Batman. I'll be Robin today on Halftime. And we'll go right to our Lewis Automotive Hotline, where noted superhero Dudley Dawson is joining us, too.
We're both in the Hall of Fame, so we're both Batman.
I'm in the Hall of just sort of mediocre. Dudley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just sitting back and looking on and seeing what's going to be today's excitement and As the Hog Turns.
It's all right. Set up today's episode of As the Hog Turns in today's soap opera, which I didn't even realize they're being aired anymore. But who needs that when you got college football?
Oh yeah. My wife watches like 3 or 4. General Hospital, and there's a new one on, but I don't know its name, but yeah. But yeah, it's been an.
If you're talking soap opera, you're talking, people stabbing people in the back and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's the feeling.
Staying in comas for 3.5 years and then popping out.
There are people dying and just showing up out of the blue. And how'd that happen? Bobby Petrino apparently, Frank Fletcher was on the buzz and had to basically go and say, look, Petrino's not trying to get the job or anything. And that I think that's partially, that to me, when I think of a soap opera, that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking of. Stuff behind the scenes, backstabbing, and maybe some stories being made up about it.
Yeah, and then you had obviously Braylon Russell's dad, Bishop, going after DJ Williams because he thought DJ slighted his son. So those sort of things, and obviously I have great respect for Brendan Marcello and have certainly listened to his statements this week. So it certainly has taken Hunter Yurchek out of the fire for a minute here. So
there's always something.
It's just interesting to see what the next day's thing is going to be, and I'm sure that as we go along, something new will pop out today. But hey, there's a football game this weekend. That's pretty cool.
Do you think the whole? I guess I mean, is it as simple as can we be physical? Can we get stops? Can the offense play a clean game? You know, think about the last time a Coach Pittman team played a big time game and had 0 turnovers. You know, when are we going to do that again? I don't understand how you have a running back you're paying $500,000 to and he has 4 touches against me. It just like what is this team? Do they even know what they're doing? Like I wonder, these coaches are making a lot of money, and the mistakes they make, the stuff that it's very remedial. It's very 7th grade football type stuff. You're like, bro, you don't know it's going to be hot on the 5th game of the 4th game of the season, whatever. It's like I just don't understand what's going on. That being said, give me a percent chance. Handicap this game for me on Saturday.
I'll give Arkansas a 25% chance, and I'm on record with both of the things I throw out with picks is having Notre Dame 41-27. I think Notre Dame, even though they've lost obviously some good players from last year, is better set to be a prime football team, and they've lost a couple of games by a total of 4 points. It's not as if they've gotten blown out. In terms of Arkansas, I mean, we can sit here and say without the 2 fumbles that they would be 4-0, which is true. But there's a lot of other things they could have done in those 2 games, defensive and even offensive wise, that could have put them in position. And sooner or later, you are what your record says you are. 2-2 overall, 7-18 in the one touchdown games. There's such a little thing there that you could do, but after a certain time, if you don't get it done, then that's where the acrimony is going to come in. And certainly the way they've lost these last 2 games, I think, has been more crushing or aggravating to fans than just losing the game.
But that's also – so it's like you're saying after 5 games you are what you are. I think in a lot of fans' minds, after 5 seasons, and at this point of the 6th season, the program is what it is. And it's like you want to talk about, well, we will do this, we will do that, and pay attention to these things and paper over that thing, and it's going to get better. But I think where a lot of people are is where I usually would be about the idea of being 5 games into a season. These are your strengths. These are your weaknesses. You're not signing free agents. You're not cutting anybody. This is what your team is. And that's why it's like this game with Notre Dame sometimes feels like it's in the background, but you're on the precipice. It feels like you're on the precipice of a major change, and that based on, if there's an embarrassing result, which some people think may happen, I don't think so on Saturday, that could push it over the edge, Dudley.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, there have been several times during Coach Pittman's tenure that I've wondered about how things were going to go. Was this a fork in the road and all this? If they go out and beat Notre Dame, which is certainly possible because Arkansas seems to have one of these big upsets every year. I didn't think they beat Tennessee last year and did here. That'll change the narrative for a couple of weeks, but it's going to be a cumulative thing that makes the decision. And I've been on record as saying that Edie is going to be that decision is going to be made by people who have money, who have power, who can sway one thing or the other. If you get somebody to step up, as Johnny Tyson has done for basketball, for football, then you either will get better with the coach you have because you will have been more supported in what Hunter Yurchek was trying to get across, I guess, that touchdown club, or you're going to bring in a totally new staff because you are going to have somebody who pays the buyout and goes and gets somebody. Now, one thing I do think would be useless is if you do let this coach go, do not go out and find somebody you think might be good. I mean, this program's to a point now, if it changes directions, if it changes coaches, has to find somebody that is, if they're not a home run hire, they at least got to be a triple because
So you want somebody that has some type of head coaching experience.
I think we lost Dudley.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, we'll call Dudley back there. But
I think that's a good, I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving somebody a shot or if they've proven it or whatever, but I like it. Somebody who's already been coaching the way this landscape's changed, it's already been a head coach and kind of had to make some of the decisions.
And I look at some of the hires at various parts of the programs too. And Chad Morris had how many games were coaching experience? Like,
Was it
I think it was
FMU
2
or
seasons
Clemson or something? Yeah.
2 seasons. I think that was it. And Sam had none, nor coordinator experience. And when he was hired, I was like, this is actually a pretty fascinating experience. We'll see how this works. Guy that's lived a life all around football and worked for various coaches of various philosophies, and I can't wait to see what it is that he'd like to try to put in place.
We need somebody who's a little bit, and so what do? You kind of go to the, I don't want to go the other extreme and just get some like military general type person.
Yeah.
But we have to get somebody that's going to be a little more hard-nosed because when you are Arkansas, you don't get all the 5 and 4 stars that you get. So you have to find other ways to win by like outworking them, being tough in camp. You can't say, oh, we're tired in the fourth quarter. So you kind of got to go that way, I think, if you want to have success at Arkansas.
I think we got Dudley back here. Dudley, you there?
Yes, I am, and I don't know where I ended up, but the last thing I remember saying was you can't go out and hit a single and double, which they've been doing a lot lately. And you don't have to hit a home run, but my God, you got to hit a triple at least.
Yeah. Well, I also think some folks wonder who's going to be doing the hiring. You know, I mean,
that's another good point, because if Hunter's here for 1 or 2 more years, but he goes out and hires another coach, and then a new AD gets in here, a lot of times he's not going to keep that. He's not going to keep that same coach.
Well, I mean, do you view? I mean, because with Jeff Long, he and Bielema were tied together. I mean, that's from what I remember. That was why Long was fired, because he wouldn't fire Bielema, and then 1 week later, it happened anyway. Do you think that Hunter and Sam are tied together in that same way, Dudley?
I don't think they are administrative-wise, the powers that be, but I do think they are tied together through the fan base, the way they feel. And I don't know how much sway that has, again, on the powers that be. But, yeah, I do think the fans have them together, even though, I mean, you take it at face value, Hunter Yurchek, and all the programs on campus, just about all of them have been thoroughly, very successful, except for football. But we all know that, well, many times you are viewed on how your football program is in the SEC when in terms of being an athletic director.
Well, all right, I'm going to give a little positive here. One thing that I do like is the usage of the tight ends. I like Rohan Jones. I mean,
he's nice.
That guy's quick, and they put an extra 10 pounds on him. Jaden Platt looks like the real thing, too. I like Poshka. They're using them more. I think that's one reason why the offense has looked better. And, you know, I mean, even in the last game, I know Talon might have zeroed in on Blake a little bit, but he's using the middle of the field more. So, I mean, you are seeing, you know, they used the tight ends last year. Talon wasn't throwing it over the middle very much. We're seeing more of both right now. So there you go. There's a nice thing.
Well, you had one tight end that's out at Ole Miss. You had another that's going to be here this weekend. Last year's team. So that's that's an interesting dynamic there with Mr. Washington coming back. I'm sure that'll be fun for everybody involved.
I think he had a pretty good game against Purdue, though, right? Like if you're looking for some of the transfers and where they've gone and what they've done, I don't think Desmond James has a single reception. Satania looks like he's doing pretty well at Oklahoma, though we'll see what happens with Mateer's injury. And then Washington didn't do much in their first 2, but he had a good game against Purdue.
Right, and I think that signifies that there were some good players that left the program, whether it was on their own or whether they were urged to. But as you said, not a lot of them have gone out and set the world on fire. And that's, kind of an indictment of what they had in here. And also one of the things that I don't want to sound negative all the time, but out of the top 15 players in the state, 4 have committed to Arkansas. And I don't care what program you're at, you have got to either have a national base or you have to really get the best players in Arkansas. And that's something that doesn't seem to be happening right now. They've got another one that will announce his decision next week. But it's just, I hate to be, when I was young, I was probably more positive. Now that I'm older, I'm more negative. But trying to be fair in, business is business here.
If you had a son and he was 17 years old and he's a football player, Division I athlete, and let's say Arkansas is offering him, would you want him? Would you encourage him to go to Arkansas, or is it too volatile? Is it like, let's say he could go to Oklahoma, he could go to a couple of schools he wanted to go to that seem like they're a little more secure or a little more stable, or would you say, hey, maybe you can go be one of the persons that helps secure and stabilize this program?
Here's what I would say is that back in the day, I would have certainly encouraged Brooks Dawson to go to Arkansas. I'm a little uncertain about things now, especially with the way things are playing out. But I had a similar situation in that he came to me and he wanted to quit playing sports and go to a Belmont College and be a music agent, and now he's representing Chappelle Roan and Noah Kahn. So I think he made the right decision, and he made his decision. I think that's what has to be the deal in the end.
Next time Dudley comes on, we're playing Pink Pony Club for him. Okay, that's what we got to do.
Hey, we
Dudley,
played around this house we played around this house all the time because it makes us money.
hey, yeah, absolutely. It makes perfect sense. Always appreciate you, Dudley. Thank you very much. It's Dudley Dawson with us every Tuesday on Halftime. We'll be talking with Danny West in about 30 minutes and Brett Dolan at 1:15. Brett is on the call for LSU Ole Miss on Touchdown Radio.
He's got one of the coolest jobs.
That's
ever.
A good gig.
Yeah, he's got a good gig.
That is a good gig. We're live at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living. We're back to wrap up hour number 1 in just a moment.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? A what? A plethora. Oh, yes. You have a plethora.
This is Halftime.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
Don't miss the manager specials. They're on the front row at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. These are great pre-owned vehicles that have been on the lot maybe a day or two too long with thousands of dollars in savings.
Yes, I've been trying to tell everybody that comes in and takes a look at this row. I mean, Tommy, our loss is your gain. Thousands of dollars in savings. They've been here a little too long. I want to get rid of them. I want to get them out of here, get them off the floor plan, stop paying interest on them. I mean, if you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle and you want to save a bunch of money and just get a steal of a deal, right when you pull in, take a look to your right. I mean, no reasonable offer will be denied.
Tell me about the selection.
Yeah, we've got cars, we've got SUVs, we've got sports cars, third row SUVs, we've got trucks up there. I mean, we have the inventory, we've got the selection. We've got the selection with the savings that you want. So come and see us. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, let me save you some money.
It's the manager specials on the front row at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Online at harryrobinson.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
At Arvest Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of communities. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground, planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day, we want you to thrive. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you or a loved one experienced emotional distress due to slow internet 25 years ago, Taco Bell believes you're entitled to a delicious escape. The Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos, 7-layer burrito, caramel apple empanada, and more. All $3 or less. Claim 5 returning faves and relive what you love from the 2000s. If you already suffer dial-up, don't wait any longer. Experience Taco Bell's Decades Y2K menu now. At participating stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price of participation vary. Tax extra.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Oh, cherry, oh, baby. Why indeed of me? You don't believe it, so what you love me to do? It's so long I've been waiting. You come right in.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, welcome back on halftime here. We've got Richard Polko, who is with us, one of the residents at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living as we wrap up hour number 1. Richard, how you doing today?
I'm doing well,
Man, we got a nice party and everything. You can smell the walking tacos and heck, I mean, we've got. I almost feel like we should be celebrating St. Patrick's Day because there's green punch for Notre Dame. You're no Notre Dame fan, though, right?
Oh, I like Notre Dame. They play football, and so I like them.
So you like them if they play football. But
Yeah.
Where are you from, though?
I'm from Ohio. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And
We got a little something in common then.
yes, and we lived in Ohio near Youngstown in a town called Warren. We lived there for 50-some years, and then we just moved down here last year.
So it's been 1 year at Pinnacle Groves. Wow.
Right, yes.
So it was all forgiven when Ohio State gets beat by Michigan, but then they go ahead and win the national championship. You kind of forgive them for that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got to celebrate and watch the national championship here.
Here, yes.
What was that like? Are there other Ohio State fans that live here, or are you the one?
Oh no, my daughter and my two of her children live here.
Okay, so they
and
can
their family,
so they can cheer with you. So that,
Yeah.
but it's look. Our reds are somewhat similar. Is the Ohio State red kind
more,
of similar?
More scarlet
Real
red.
scarlet,
Yeah.
scarlet and gold,
Yeah.
scarlet and gray.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. We're more
scarlet.
crimson.
Crimson,
And
Yeah.
they're more scarlet.
Right. Not crimson like Alabama, though. I don't like Alabama.
Yeah, nobody likes Alabama.
Or like
Yeah.
crimson like Indiana. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's Indiana's
Yeah.
red too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Indiana's got any staying power? Are they going to be a program that actually can keep winning games? Because they look like they're pretty good this year again.
Yeah, this year looks pretty good with them. You know, they're down in the dumps. You know, they have the longest losing streak.
But to Ohio State, don't
no,
they?
to anybody. They're losers. You know.
Well, that was pre Kurt Signet.
He went to Indiana. He didn't tell you that though.
Oh,
before you
my
did.
daughter-in-law, my son's wife went to Indiana.
Okay, it's a great
So,
campus. Well,
yeah.
what do you like about living at Pinnacle Groves?
Oh, it's just a nice place. All the people here are friendly and you know, get along well. They welcomed us pretty good quickly, you know. So it was really nice.
I mean, we've seen. I was able to take a look in one of the apartment homes. Essentially, the first time we were here, the apartments are gorgeous.
Yeah, they are. They're nice. They're nice and.
Do you do your own decorating?
No, my wife does.
Smart move. It's a real smart move.
Yeah.
So what's up on the walls? How much Ohio State gear compared to Arkansas gear? Now that you're wearing a Razorback shirt,
Yes.
you got to be a real Razorback fan.
Yes, I am. I root for them, but I think the coach got to get those guys to sleep with the ball at night. They fumbled two.
Think that would work?
So you've seen the movie The Program. You
Yeah.
know, it's like we're going to carry that around on campus
Yeah.
with you all day long. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
I like it.
I mean, 2 games in a row now, and last minute they fumbled the ball where they going for the win.
Got to get out of your own way. If you're going to beat anybody or be good, be successful, you kind of got to get out of your own way.
Right. Yeah.
I like the idea of sleeping with the ball. You know, treat it like you're lovey,
Yeah,
right?
that's
You know?
right. That's right.
You know, it's like you will leave that lovey in the parking lot over your dead body when you're a kid, right? You're going to do the same thing with a football as a ball handler.
Yeah.
I like your idea, Richard. You ever think about football coaching?
No.
Okay. Well, you got a good thing going here at Pinnacle Groves, and appreciate you joining us and talking about it. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
That's Richard Polko. He's one of the residents at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, where we will be up until 2 o'clock today for halftime. Folks are coming in, and we got lots of food, we got lots of beverages, and lots to get to as well. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Half-price apps and taps are back at Joe's Grill and Cantina every Arkansas game day. Wear your hog gear and get half-price apps and taps at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Enjoy 10-layer dip, chimney paquitos, the ultimate sampler, and Mexican pizza, all half price during Arkansas games. And all your favorite beers on tap are half price. Half price apps and taps during every Arkansas game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps. Don't miss the manager specials. They're on the front row at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. These are great pre-owned vehicles that have been on the lot maybe a day or two too long with thousands of dollars in savings.
Yes, I've been trying to tell everybody that comes in and takes a look at this row. Tommy, our loss is your gain. Thousands of dollars in savings. They've been here a little too long. I want to get rid of them. I want to get them out of here, get them off the floor plan, stop paying interest on them. If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle and you want to save a bunch of money and just get a steal of a deal, right when you pull in, take a look to your right. No reasonable offer will be denied.
Tell me about the selection.
Yeah, we've got cars, we've got SUVs, we've got sports cars, third row SUVs, we've got trucks up there. We have the inventory, we've got the selection. We've got the selection with the savings that you want. So come and see us. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford. Let me save you some money.
It's the manager specials on the front row at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 70s with a slight chance of an afternoon shower across the south. Mainly clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, mid to upper 50s, and sunshine for Friday with a high, low 80s. Saturday, another sunny day with a high, low 80s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Good pick, good pick.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
The drinking all day.
Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center Studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you. Ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it. We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field. You both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
What angle one Razorback?
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
12:01 in the afternoon, live at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living in Rogers, Arkansas, where we've been for an hour. We're up here until 2 o'clock. And Phil Elson's sitting next to Matt Jones. Christian Johnston is in our producer's chair. We're talking with Danny West in about 15 minutes.
Danny.
From 24/7 Sports. So, and it's not necessarily what are they in on this recruit, on that recruit, and stuff like that. I'm interested in the feeling amongst the recruits that they're going after right now. And I think that would also include the current class that has committed and the feelings that they have right now about the program that they are either committed to or have gotten offers from and are considering seriously. Because that's another aspect of, you think of the audiences that you speak to all at the same time, and you get there's the players and there's the fans, but then there's the incoming talent eventually, and man, that's about as important as it gets to see what do you want out of your program. So I'm interested to see what Danny has to say about that. If you got any questions about it, you can text them to us at 877-377-6963. That is our Lewis Automotive hotline, and Matt is doing a solid here, helping somebody open the door because you got to push the green button in order to open the door. And there we go. Folks, there's all sorts of entrances to make their way in here. Getting through the text line here. I don't remember what kind of red I said Arkansas's red is. Cardinal. Did I say crimson? I don't think I meant crimson.
It's darker than
Indiana was the crimson.
Than Wisconsin red. It's lighter than Oklahoma red. It's not really claret, but a little bit lighter than that. But yeah, sometimes they make it that Wisconsin red, and you're like, come on, that's not our color. It's like a blood red almost. Like
Ooh,
it's just,
nobody's ever described a uniform color as blood red.
Yeah, it's better than blood blue.
Unless, no, I don't want that one either. Unless there's actual blood on the uniform, then it is blood red. We were going through in the first hour, Robin to Batman in terms of sports, but you can't be a Hall of Famer in that case. Somebody had texted in thinking that John Stockton is Robin to Karl Malone's Batman. But there's two things I have on that. For one, the Jazz never won a championship. For two, Stockton's in the Hall of Fame. That's no Robin.
Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek could be the Robin. Yeah.
But if you have a dynasty, maybe in the NBA we got more of those dynasties. For the Celtics dynasty,
Andre Iguodala. For that dynasty, he would be
for Golden State.
Although he's a borderline, defense. He's one of the best defensive guards to ever play the game.
But like Derek Fisher, right?
There you go.
Derek Fisher, and Matt had come up with that one while we were contemplating those, because was it Shaq that said Kobe was my Robin?
But they're both Batman.
Right.
Maybe Robert Horry a little bit. Big Shot Bob for the Spurs and for the Rockets. For the Lakers. Winning. I think he won 9 rings or something. Something crazy like that.
Yes, that's a Batman. But he would also be, maybe you could have a separate wing just for the playoff Hall of Fame, like a postseason Hall of Fame. And what'll be, it's not going to be on Clayton Kershaw's plaque in Cooperstown, but it's going to be in the back of every big baseball fan's mind thinking, well, this guy got blown out in a handful of World Series games. So maybe you wouldn't put him in the Cooperstown postseason Hall of Fame. But Robert Horry would be, first ballot postseason Hall of Fame, right?
Absolutely.
Just for making those shots. Danny Ainge is what Hogwild says about the Celtics teams in the 80s. That's about right.
Yeah.
Because Bird, McHale, and Parrish are all in Springfield. So
the big chief.
Those are all Batman. It's basically like Super Friends. You remember did you ever watch Super Friends growing up? It was all of the superheroes together that it was called the Hall of Justice as their headquarters. And it was Aquaman and Batman, and I think Spider-Man might have been in that. Superman, of course, was the leader, Wonder Woman. And were there any others that were amongst the Super Friends? Anybody that's around my age that was up at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday when they used to show Saturday morning cartoons would remember all of the Super Friends. Who was it, please? 877-377-6963. Otherwise, so what else did we get to? This Notre Dame football game. But we haven't even talked about John Mateer. John Mateer,
man.
the leading Heisman Trophy candidate up until the injury announced and the surgery by Oklahoma.
Would you redshirt him?
4 game? No, because when
you get him coming
I
back
guess it
next year,
depends.
though?
Well, you're not going to tell because that's a kid that's probably looking to get into the NFL next year. Is my question.
Maybe I'm
depending
telling
on
you,
how much money he makes, right?
I would stay in college making a $1.5 million and playing for the Oklahoma Sooners 100 times out of 100 before I would go to the. I mean, this college land, how easier the game is, how easier it is on your body, the level of competition, the type of money you can make. If I was a college quarterback, I would be trying to stay in college as long as they would let me.
You'd try to be the Diego Pavia. Pavia said he doesn't want the extra year, though. Remember, I think we brought it up last week that the lawyer had said something about getting another year of eligibility, but then he says, no, I don't want it. Pavia's probably hoping he gets into the NFL next year. I don't know if he will.
He's getting some bad advice.
Well, and so Mateer's in his 4th year of college, so my guess is he's already redshirted.
But he only played 1 game that year, so that year doesn't count. So he's in his 3rd year.
Mm-hmm. Well, all I know is they're going to the quarterback who they benched Jackson Arnold for last season, which is Michael Hawkins. And, of course, if Hawkins was the guy they really wanted to lead the team, they wouldn't have gone out and got Mateer out of the transfer portal. So there's no game this weekend for Oklahoma, but he will miss Kent State, miss Texas, and then South Carolina should come back for the Ole Miss game. But that sucked for him because I think if you go play for Oklahoma, you're also knowing that you're going to go play in one of the premier non-campus rivalries in the entire country. You'll have to be on the sidelines for that one too. You play at the old Cotton Bowl?
Yep, we got beat by Oklahoma Sooners in the Cotton Bowl my freshman year. It's one of the coldest games I ever played in, early kickoff. I didn't play a lot. It was Zach and I were doing a little 2-quarterback system, and we didn't run a lot of plays. The game kind of it was a close game. I missed a throw here or there. I could have made a couple better throws, and I missed Richard Smith wide open on a little comeback route. Almost broke one. Didn't quite make the plays that day.
Was there anything you remember about the stadium itself? Because you remember details of games.
Well, the stadium is like something that you would see Jackie Robinson play in.
Sure,
it's just an old school, kind of like a war memorial. Had that type of feel to it.
I thought they put some money into it so they could keep the rivalry.
And that was 20 years ago. So it would have been 2002. Would have been the time.
That's the odd thing about it. If you bring up War Memorial Stadium, and it's like, well, what does that stadium even exist? Sorry to bring up the topic from 3 weeks ago, but just because we've talked about this in a moment, that stadium exists for the next time Arkansas plays there, which I don't know will ever happen
in
again,
high school state
and the high school championships
yeah.
and Catholic high school and maybe the little soccer team. What does the Cotton Bowl exist for outside of the Red River
rodeo
rivalry?
Do they not have a rodeo there or something? Is that not?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I figured Texas, every city had a rodeo.
The state fair. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Thanks, McMahon.
It's during the Oklahoma-Texas game.
Yeah, that's what they do it for. That's why the game is played there. but also,
so that's still the same time. That's
yes.
10 days right when they're doing it. So then you're saying the other 340 days of the year, Lana Del Rey doesn't go perform there?
There should be some concerts. Yeah, I mean, well, if you got a football stadium and no football games, shouldn't it be a concert venue? That's what War Memorial should be at some point. They got a nice outdoor facility downtown, but there's no other. We're right by the Amp, Matt. The Amp is a fantastic place for an outdoor concert. There's nothing like that in Central Arkansas of that actual size. I don't think the amphitheater by the river is quite that size. The stadium would be great. Just go back in time and bring the Stones back again.
The Stones are remastering the 1976 album Black and Blue. So the first hour I played 2 songs off of that, and that was kind of why. So that's got to be that's pretty cool.
It's an interesting question on the text line from Tristan, Matt. Do the betting lines change in favor of Arkansas if College Game Day's panel all picks Notre Dame? I've heard this question asked before of bookmakers, and I'd have to ask. We should ask Neil about this. But I don't think that there's a noticeable swing. It may maybe be small, right? Because how many are you really watching Game Day to decide whether or not you're going to go with the picks that the Game Day panel chooses? I'm sure there's some people that do that just to, for S's and G's. Otherwise, I don't know people that would make their decisions based on what they see there. I'd have to ask Neil about that tomorrow, Tristan, so it's a good question to ask him. I'll just put it in the bank and bring it out for tomorrow. And speaking of the bank, Danny West is money in the bank in terms of recruiting, and we'll talk with him from hogsports.com in just a moment. Stay with us. This is Halftime.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Ryan McGee, ESPN.com senior writer. Marty and McGee. Squeeze play or red zone?
Squeeze play. Squeeze play is like a drug for me. Like I've never done drugs, but I kind of get it because when they go to that quad box, I was texting Mike Rooney and Chris Budden and Chris Burke and Matt Schick going, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Weekdays from 9 to 11. Only on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Artie's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches. Choose any two. The new spicy.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Man, this takes me back to the 2000s.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Neil Young is getting old, searching for
a heart of gold. His only number one song is the number one thing most people get wrong. We tend to think we're as good as gold, but in Jeremiah 17:9 it's told, the human heart is desperately wicked right from the start. The Holy Spirit will rip you apart, but then give you a new heart. Mine for the treasure of Jesus written in the scrolls. Otherwise, you're chasing fool's gold. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
773-7769-63. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Danny West joining us from 24/7 Sports, hogsports.com, part of the CBS Sports Network, and we appreciate a visit from Danny any chance we get. Danny, happy Thursday. How are you today?
Happy Thursday, brother. Good to be on with you, as always. Hello, Matt Jones.
Danny.
All right, Danny. What's
make me feel good? Yeah, give me some positive, something going good. Yeah,
give me the temperature of the recruiting class. Matt said something else.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, I'm just full of good news. No, let's get into it, man. Let's go over it right now. Just kind of a general thought, Phil. It's it is what it is, man. They're losing a little momentum here in this class. This 2026 class has slipped to 33rd in the country, and if it doesn't break out of the 30s and get back into the 20s, this will be the third year in a row, guys, that it finishes in the 30s. And I'm not convinced yet that it may not dip down into the 40s, guys, just depending on, if a couple more of these big time, and there's only a couple really big time guys left on the commitment list. If they were to lose one of them and maybe another one of your highly rated 3-stars, now you're talking about the 40s. And yeah, just kind of as a general broad brush statement, I'm not sure that excites much of anybody at the moment.
What about in-state talent? Is there guys that are able to play SEC ball? Are we getting any better at trying to keep some of these kids in home?
Well, yeah, I think we've gone over this conversation maybe in the summer too. That's another conversation in itself. But in terms of in-state talent, Matt, they're kind of taking this approach where they're not willing to spend as much as being asked by some of these guys at the moment. They do have some in-state commitments. There's one right up the road from you there in Bentonville. Well, a couple. Trey Irvin, obviously a wide receiver at Bentonville High, and then Daquan Prevost. This is a guy, Matt, I think you and I may have talked about him before, but he's a little bit of a mixture of Jarius Wright, Joe Adams at the same time, kind of your deep shot, stretch the field type Bobby Petrino guy. I think you would like him quite a bit, but in terms of overall in-state talent, they're still jumping out of the state left and right, and that's been a trend now for 2 or 3 years, and one that I'm not sure we're really going to see until we see wholesale change at Arkansas, whenever that might come.
Okay. What's the feeling amongst the prospects that you're in communication with, whether they're a part of the incoming class that they're waiting to sign in December or future classes? Because, coaches that even when they're on the hot seat and they fully appreciate that idea, they don't stop trying to build what they'd like to build. It's a little tougher to do so, is my estimation.
That's right. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag right now, Phil, depending on who you ask. I have this week tried to reach out to all of the commitments and heard back from maybe, 3/4, maybe more than half so far. And, we've seen a couple of guys jump ship here in recent weeks. A couple of weeks ago, they lost Bryce Gilmore, who happened to be the top-ranked offensive line prospect in their class overall, regardless of position, top-ranked commitment they had, and they lost him to Texas Tech. That was a little bit different than the one a week ago where Javon Gilmore basically just kind of left his high school in the middle of the season, and Arkansas saw that as maybe not the best perception at the moment, understandably so, and so they decided to pull away from him. So you kind of have different cases on some of these guys. Just reaching out to them this past week, it sounds like maybe a couple are saying the right now part. When they add that quote, right now to the end, I'm committed to Arkansas. You don't always love that. You like hearing from some of these guys. They reached out and said, yeah, I'm still locked in. Ari Slocum, is a guy that's still locked in with Arkansas. Tay Lockett moved to Conway from San Diego, California. Prevost, who we talked about, moved to Bentonville from Texarkana. Some of these guys you don't have to worry about, but the ones that are saying, at the moment I'm still locked in, yeah, there's probably going to be some more movement there, I would imagine.
Hey, that quarterback from Greenwood, it seems like we had Alyssa on, and she's doing a lot of high school stuff. And where does he rank all time as far as, high school quarterbacks? He's got to be near the top, huh?
Man, kind of a different deal there, Matt. Just in terms of I would say mystique and Arkansas legend at this point. Kane Archer is right up there with some of the Matt Jones, Tyler Wilson's guys. Brandon.
Thinking
Allen,
like Rhett Lashley, yeah.
Sure, absolutely, guys who have had tremendous high school careers and still doing it. And with that, you would automatically assume, based on some of the early returns, we're talking 2-3 years ago at this point. The 5 stars were being thrown out about Kane, and for sure 4-star. Well, now you look up, and he's midway through his senior year, and 24/7 Sports has him as a mid-range 3-star, and we know he's committed to UCF. And I can just tell you this, I think the world of Kane Archer. I think he's a tremendous competitor. I think this kid's going to go down there and kill it. I really do. He's got all the intangibles. But I sat there, and I can tell you this. I think Bobby Petrino's really good with quarterbacks and having an eye for talent. And I've sat there and watched him at multiple camps, watched Kane Archer, and for him to not, make a stronger push towards Kane and ultimately deciding to take Gilmore initially in this class, I think it was pretty telling that maybe he did do his homework and maybe it's just a fit thing. Maybe he doesn't feel Kane fits what they'd like to do at Arkansas these days. So, a little bit of a long answer there, but man, he's still awesome. And people ought to appreciate him for what he is. He's one of the best in the state. In terms of where he would rank, I don't know exactly, but in terms of in history, he's going to go down with some of the names that are remembered forever, in my opinion.
Who's the next running back? This is, as much as Arkansas puts some NBA talent, it seems, in the last 20 years. That every 3 or 4 years, man, there is a beast that comes out of Little Rock or comes out of the state of Arkansas. If it's Peyton Hillis, if it's Cedric Cobbs, if it's Darren McFadden, Madre Hield, I mean, the list goes on with just running backs that the state produces. Do we have one in this class or maybe in next year's class? Do we have a stud running back that Arkansas could get?
The first one that comes to mind, and you're right, there seems to be there was a trend for so long where you would have at least every other year a big-time 4-star guy where everybody in the Southeast wants him, and, he's the dude. That has dropped off, too, and I'm not sure what the reason is for that, Matt. Honestly, we just don't see as many what I would call freak shows come through the state anymore for whatever reason. There is a kid, the first one that pops in mind, he's not a 4-star yet. I think we actually have him listed as a linebacker, but Trey Stewart down at Little Rock Central for next year's class, he'll be he's a junior right now, but he's around 6'1", 210-ish, kind of a big kid, might fall in line with some of the Braylon Russells of the world that, did pick up some of that 4-star status, but it's been few and far between. You're absolutely right on that. You don't see too many De'Aris Howard, Cobbs, Dedrick Poole right in a row, one after another anymore.
I'd wonder why that is.
Braylon Russell reminds me a lot of a De'Aris Howard type thing. But you're right, Dedrick Poole, Cedric Cobbs, and then it was McFadden. It just kept on going. Peyton Hillis was in that group too, and that's very interesting.
Danny, Matt, this morning, sorry to cut you off there, Phil. Just this morning, I was looking at Arkansas. The last time they had a top 20 class was that 04 class, which would have been right before you were going into your senior year.
Yeah.
But, that one had Monk, it had Hillis, a bunch of dudes in that class. But Jamal Anderson was in that class. That's right. I want to say Fred Bledsoe, a bunch of them. And a really good defensive back class, too.
Keith Jackson, I think, might have been in that. Yeah.
Yeah, Keith may have been in there. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that at you since I was coming on today. A lot of those names were throwbacks, man. It seems like 50 years ago. But
Marcus Harrison, too, I was thinking of. Yeah.
What do you think that's the ceiling for Arkansas in terms of recruiting rankings? And I know the rankings don't mean everything, but people will look at those, and there's going to be some meaning to it. I mean, Is 18 or 19? Is that what you think the ceiling? Because if it's been that long since you've been inside the top 20, it's like how can you get there recruiting wise?
That's right. Yeah, this would be my 16th year covering it full time, and I've never seen a top 20. That's crazy to me. When you think about facilities and all the support, man, everything is in place at Arkansas that's in place at Missouri and Ole Miss. And Tennessee is more debatable, more tradition, bigger place, whatever. But Missouri and Ole Miss don't have that big of a reason to be where they're at over Arkansas. I think it's more of a decision that has to be made, in my opinion, Phil. You asked about a ceiling. I'm not sure there is one. At Arkansas, it's just they've got to make a decision to take it seriously and make it a priority. And until they do that, I'm just not sure throwing a new coaching staff in there every 5-7 years is going to make a hill of beans. I think it's a fundamental problem that in a lot of ways Arkansas kind of limits itself, puts the ceiling on itself through scheduling, through its stance on NIL, and being slow to adapt in terms of, making moves, general manager type stuff, all these different changes coming about. Arkansas seems to always drag its feet when really it's got every opportunity to be right there at 10, 11 wins.
And I also wonder about, I guess it's because it's top of mind. So also saw it against Liberty, and I think another reason why you had to get rid of Chad Morris when you did is you can't lose 4 games to a group of 5 teams, and they're embarrassing blowouts in your own building.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Memphis is a really good football program who wins games inside their stadium, but that was not a game Arkansas should have lost. And when you're the only team that's lost from the SEC to a group of 5 team right now, it may end up being the only one that does all year long. I mean, how does that affect current recruiting?
Yeah, not great. But then again, Phil, it's almost like, I'm not going to say people don't care anymore. There is a lot of truth in that. People, they say they don't care, but I still find them in our comments to decommitment stories and things like that. It still moves the needle for them. So I know they still care a little bit. But, just as a general thought, man, it's not as important, I guess, as it used to be. What's really important now is whichever way the wind's blowing today. And right now the wind's blowing in the direction of transfer. And that's what's important. And, we've seen Arkansas climb up there to top 11. They had back-to-back number 11 transfer classes in the country. Now, you can make a case that transfer rankings aren't anywhere near as accurate, in my opinion, as our high school evaluation. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of them being you hand a kid or a 21-year-old $1 million, suddenly he might be a different person, So there's a lot that goes into that. But right now, just the overall feeling, there's not a lot of excitement. There hasn't been over the last few years. And it's just kind of at a standstill. There's a power struggle between the university that thinks buying better players is probably the quicker solution rather than paying buyouts and all this, keeping it going every 5-7 years. They would rather buy better players. Well, the support has to be there for that. And right now it's just not. And I don't think there's anything left they can do to really get it back.
It's a bit of a bleak picture, Danny. I do appreciate you coming on
yeah,
always.
Sorry to bring it down, fellas.
No, we can still have a lot of fun anyway. It's just, that's you want an honest assessment of where things stand, and your beat, I think, does give you a sense of, what, that's supposed to be the future of the program. So it's a very, very important conversation to have. And always appreciate you joining us when you got the time, Danny. Thanks a lot.
Sure, man. I appreciate y'all, too. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Danny West, 24/7 Sports, hogsports.com. And you can react if you'd like to. The Lewis Automotive Hotline is 877-377-6963. Remember about Wood Motor Company if you were looking for a side-by-side, a motorcycle, ATV, zero-turn mower. Don't ever look any farther than your local Wood Power Sports store. Harrison, Springdale, and Fayetteville locations with over 9 brands to choose from. You can find Yamaha, CF Moto, KTM, Hustler, just to name a few of them. And their locations also providing outstanding service and parts capabilities, deliveries as well. Go to woodpowersports.com. You can find where all of their locations are. It's Wood Power Sports, a solid name you can trust. And halftime returns live at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living right after this break.
I want them to feel SEC football and, more importantly, the state of Arkansas and the University of Arkansas crowd.
This is halftime.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is halftime.
Don't miss the big porch sale at Jelco Outdoors. Casual clothing, work clothing, and hunting clothing for men, women, and children. Clothing is priced at 50% off the lowest price, which means savings of 75% or more off the original price. Brands like Ariat, Browning, Wrangler, Drake, Non-Typical, and more. Save up to 75% off at Jelco Outdoors Porch Sale, 4600 South C Road in Fort Smith.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mart has you covered. From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mart is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
The place to buy a brand new Ford is Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Special savings on new F-150s with $7,500 off and 2.9% for $72. You're looking for a Ford Escape, maybe something a little smaller, a little easier to get around town. $369 a month with approved credit.
Yes, I know. And, you know, Tommy, I've got a couple of those out there. I've got a couple in inventory. One's even on the showroom floor for our food drive. We're filling this thing up full of canned foods and non-perishable items. So come and see us, Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford. If you're looking for a new Ford, you can get the new Escapes right now for $369 a month with approved credit. And you're talking about a brand new vehicle with brand new warranties, something that gets over 30 miles to the gallon. Right now is the time to buy $369 a month with approved credit on a brand new Ford Escape.
The best deals on brand new Fords, Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Shop all the deals online at harryrobinson.com.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Live at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Kristen Johnson's back in the studio. I think this young lady here would like us to smile. And
I
take a
love
picture.
her sweater. That is the coolest.
Is this a video or is this a photo that we're taking? All right, so I'll make sure I smile, but I can't talk and smile at the same time. There we go. That looks good. Gosh, I look awful in that
Yeah,
photo.
I look fat. Oh,
I
well.
really look terrible.
What are you going to do?
It's all right if we put some if we go into the bathroom, powder up, put some makeup on for the next foot. Let's erase that one. Do something about
you could
the
print
circles
that out
under
and
my
throw
eyes.
darts at it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, only if that's something you put on. You guys have a self-defense class here? One of those little mannequins that's got the face that you get to punch over and over and over again. She wants another photo with Matt. So, yeah, these things happen when you have a radio show, and people don't realize that that's actually happening. I don't know. I was about to have a conversation with my co-host, but somebody else came over and figured she would take over the conversation instead. Well, you can just put you on the air if you want. You want to take a headset?
Luke has his grandma. They're related. Remember last year when
that's
that happened?
right.
Yeah. He married her granddaughter and then still went to Ole Miss. I thought we had some.
I'm glad he's healthy, though. I'm glad he's able to get back on the field and play. Don't root for anybody to
Kudos
get hurt.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, come grab a headset. Let's talk about this with the listeners. We have listeners that would probably be interested in this very topic that we're having here.
Is that okay?
Do you hear me?
I hear you.
You hear yourself now too. Is it a little too loud?
We got Luke has his grandmother-in-law.
That's it.
Nice.
That is a real term.
Yes, it is.
Well, what do you want us to call you? What is your name?
Diane
Well, just
Campbell.
Would you like to be Mrs. Campbell or would you like to be Diane?
I like to be DC.
Even better. We'll go with nicknames here.
We might be getting a new DC up there on the hill sometime soon too. So maybe you can.
She knows what you mean.
Yeah,
too. That's
yeah.
the football great. That's a football grandmother-in-law.
Yes, it is.
She knows exactly what that means.
See, my mom whenever I got to a certain age, that's Matt's mom. So
You should go and introduce yourself as Luke has his grandmother-in-law.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right. Yeah.
That's right, DC.
But
is he happy?
Very.
Good. I mean, we're happy for him then. I mean,
Yes.
that's what the portal's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Opportunity for somebody that doesn't see opportunity anymore where he was or sees a better opportunity somewhere else. I don't think there's a problem with that.
Exactly.
It's just it hurts when he's really good and leaves here, But I think actually Arkansas is in a pretty good place with tight ends.
Is he getting to play a little bit?
Just now he's getting
back
in
to healthy. Okay.
his foot.
Okay.
He had a small bone fracture. And so they have put him in a few times, but they haven't passed the ball to him yet, and
Not
that's
yet.
what he wants.
Well, he can catch. He's a pass catching tight end. That's for sure.
How often do you get a chance to talk with him or text with him?
Pretty often.
Yeah?
He's such a warm, friendly, great guy.
Good.
He's the best.
Okay, so when it comes time for, well, it already happened, the Arkansas-Ole Miss game, are you a Razorback fan, or are you rooting for Ole Miss, or is it okay to root for both?
Well, I tell you what, I am a staunch Razorback fan.
Staunch. That means you can't be pushed off of that.
And I have two sons that graduated from there and played Razorback tennis, by the way.
Nice.
And then my grandchildren, I have two that have already graduated from there. So deep down, I'm a Razorback fan. But
there was a but.
But if Luke's on the field, I cheer for Luke.
You're a Luke. We got to be family first, right?
That's right.
Sure.
Oh, that's all right then. How long have you lived here, Pinnacle Grove?
I was here when it opened, so it was 2 years in July.
That makes you an original. You're an original.
I'm an original.
Well, I can already tell you're an original. Because look at the sweat.
That's
He
my
loves
favorite
the sweater.
that I've seen out here. That's it.
Oh, really? That's
Yes,
that
yes,
bad.
yes.
Well, as I realize, I'm sorry I did not see that you all were going to be here today, or I would be in my Razorback gear.
That's all right. I mean, the red pants
close.
kind of
Yeah.
fit enough. It's okay.
Yeah, a little burgundy.
You're not wearing green or gold for Notre Dame, so it's not like you're going in the opposite direction.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's going to happen Saturday in the Notre Dame game? What do you think?
Oh man, Lou Holtz is coming.
Yes, he
I thought
is.
that was very interesting. I hope Arkansas pulls this out.
I sure do too.
Oh, I really do.
I don't want 2 more weeks without a win because there's no game
No.
next week.
I know it. And those were such heartbreaking losses, really,
tough.
for the
Tough to
fans and the
swallow.
team and the coaches.
Oh, and everybody involved in it.
I know it.
Got to get better at some point, right?
It's got
Starts
to.
getting better Saturday.
Let's hope so.
Now that you're here, that's where everything's turned from. I really was having a great day, and then you showed up, DC, and this turned into the best day of the week.
Well, thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Both of you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Tell Luke,
Bye-bye.
wish Luke best of luck for us, okay?
Oh, sorry. That was awesome.
Well, she's just the
Yeah,
most
that
pleasant
was-
person
that
on
was
earth.
cool.
She was a
that
little.
cool.
You was a little nervous when I pointed to the headset. I was like, "Hey,
Reluctant star. They're all around. They're filling the galaxy
she's
right
going to
now.
have a conversation with you. So let's take this to the air. Might as well. It's a football conversation.
Yeah, it was, and it's family.
That's living your best life right there. Now one more. These are such interesting. All right, I wonder if she's going to come on the air with us as well. 877-377-6963, our Lewis Automotive hotline. I was going to bring up some of the baseball stuff, too, because there's some interesting things happening in the world of baseball right now, and it's not just Arkansas baseball, although I feel, Matt, I'm a little bummed I haven't been paying too close attention in the major leagues because there is this historic collapse, which is almost complete in Detroit. Last night, Cleveland beat Detroit, 8th straight loss by the Tigers. They have now been overtaken by the Guardians. Detroit had a 15.5-game lead on July the 8th. They're now out of first place, and they're in danger of missing the postseason completely.
15-game lead.
It would be
my goodness.
It would be the biggest collapse in the history of a division lead. But the idea
So
of
it's
not
the Greg Norman of baseball.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's taking a 16 on the 18th hole, essentially. Just crazy to think about because they had for a while what was the largest lead of any division, and now they're in second place with the best pitcher in the sport too, in Tarek Skubal.
So they one game they'd be in the wild card. One game they still might make it.
Well, as of now, I think they'd be the last team in.
Okay.
But just looking at the standings, I think they could very well be overtaken for that last wild card spot. And there's only, I think, about a handful of games left. Let's see here. Yeah, Detroit would be on the inside, but Houston's a game behind them. Houston's lost 5 in a row. Detroit's lost 8 in a row. Neither of these teams. That's the thing about expanding the playoffs to 6. You don't really. You don't get great teams that get in, but somebody could get hot. They have the best pitcher in the sport in Skubal. So let's say Detroit makes it in, and Skubal, goes out, throws a gem, and the next thing they're able to piece together a few wins where they didn't in the last few weeks. But I mean, heck, you've seen the last team in Arizona almost win a world championship a couple of years ago, and now this year they fired their manager because things totally fell apart. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Hotline. You had 59th and 60th home runs by the big dumper yesterday.
I saw that.
By Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
M's clinched the AL West. The 60 home run seasons, you got to be impressed by this no matter what. There just haven't been many of those since, testing has become implemented across the sport. I think, what was it, Judge last year? And that's it. Nobody else has hit one.
Would it be like a quarterback throwing for 5,000 yards now, or 4,000, I guess? Because 3,000 used to be the number. If quarterback throws for 3,000, so would that be like 30 home runs? There's 20 guys that have 30 home runs, a year's type thing. But to hit 60, that has to be like throwing for 5,000 yards.
Stop. You see some of the text C-Unit is sending us today. He's on fire.
He's dominating.
I can't
today.
even repeat what he's just sending to us here. No, I really can't. I can't. It was like most of the text from C Unit today. Are we sure that's the same producer who's back there who's usually just silent and tells us that he's going to do his homework but really doesn't? Now all of a sudden he's got jokes. Who is that back there?
Autumn's in the air.
It's craziness. All right, we'll break. Wrapping up hour number 2 here at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living right after this.
I want to say first off that you are the best caller of baseball, and I've listened to a lot of radio out there. I just want to say, you are fantastic at what you do.
This is halftime.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Football, fantasy drafts, new school supplies. It's my favorite time of year. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Born and raised in the River Valley, I know how crazy traffic can get this time of year. As kids head back to class, remember to use caution at crosswalks and in school zones. But not all accidents can be avoided. If you or your loved one is injured in a car wreck, call today. 479-769-1505. No win, no fee. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The holiday season is here, and businesses are hiring for all kinds of seasonal roles. From haunted corn maze staff to real bearded Santas, skilled, experienced workers are in high demand and hard to find. Whether you're hiring for one of these roles or any other role, the best way to find the perfect match for your role is on ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's matching technology works fast to find top talent. No wonder it's the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
I feel your eyes on the road, your hand the wheel. Hey, your eyes on the road, your hand Rio. Yeah, we're out to the road, just for Rio. A good time.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Got Austin with us here. He is the culinary director at Pinnacle Groves Senior Living, which makes you probably the most popular person here. Is that right?
That is right.
Absolutely.
That is right.
You got people knocking at your door all day long, putting in requests.
That's right.
I'm
That's
sure.
right.
Put together quite a spread for us today.
I know these walking tacos got to be a favorite, but what is kind of the most requested food that you get around here?
We've got a lot of Southern people, so we get a lot of
Chicken and waffles,
yeah, collard greens, beans,
cheese grits,
grits,
shrimp and grits,
anything Southern with a biscuit or a chicken and dumplings.
Ooh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we had a gentleman sit here earlier who's from Youngstown, Ohio. Would you make him a bologna on white sandwich?
I wouldn't do that, but I do make fun of him almost daily for being an Ohio State fan.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Gotta make him feel comfortable, right?
Yeah, he brings his Ohio State shirt to the dining room, and I say, well, you're going to have to go home. Sorry.
I guess that probably works. I hope he tips you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so these walking tacos are the best. You've got a whole theme here. I mean, you've got to come up with ideas for what it is you're cooking. It's not just a matter of, well, let's just make this today.
That's right. And we also are we don't really have a rotating menu where we do stuff the same every month. It's we try to always be different, so it can be a lot to come up with new stuff that over 200 people are also going to enjoy and
So,
like.
Like on a regular night here, how many different dishes would be there for dinner?
We've got an always available menu with over 18 different items that we always are offering anytime, lunch and dinner. And then we've always got a special that was basically something we haven't done in a long time.
Do y'all do anything special for like game day? Like, will they have the Razorback game on and then like hot dogs and hamburgers or something special for game day? Yeah.
Yes, sir. We've got a theater room that over here that they'll put on the games for, and a lot of residents will go over there, check that out. We'll do popcorn, pizza. If it's nice weather, sometimes we will do hot dogs, hamburgers, and then they've got also a theater room over here in our assisted living side, so they also have
a pool table over there too, man. They
Color
got
TV.
They got it going on.
Really
man.
neat.
Yeah.
On the independent side, is there also an option for residents to cook inside their apartments?
Yes, they do have a small range, microwaves, small oven. So yeah, they are welcome to do that over there.
I'd probably stop doing that altogether if I had somebody cooking for me in a room with 18 different things to choose from.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Absolutely.
Sir.
It's about as fun as it gets then.
Yes,
you
sir.
must really enjoy this.
Yeah, I do. I really like my job. I've got a staff of almost 20. I think we're up to like 27 people now. So I enjoy working with others. I enjoy mingling with the residents and seeing what they like, what they don't like, trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm a social guy, so I'm all about talking to people, being open to.
You know what he is, Matt. When you're a culinary director, you're the quarterback of that kitchen. You guys could have a lot in common here.
He's Cal Raleigh right now, man. He's slinging the bat. I like it.
Big dumper.
Keep eating the walking tacos. That's right. I'm gonna need that nickname myself. Oh man. So you're Arkansan. You're from here?
I'm from here. Graduated from Rogers. Matt was one of my. I graduated in 06, so
Okay.
I was.
Yeah.
I was all about him.
Right there,
Every time I think you guys came last year, and I was starstruck a little bit. So it's nice seeing Matt. And
I thought maybe he wasn't quite sure about me because he was giving me this look out of the corner of my eye. It turns out he was nervous because it's you.
Well, you're from
That's right.
Pittsburgh, so
That's
he's
right.
got to watch himself a little bit. Yeah.
We're semi-friendly people in Pittsburgh. Semi-friendly people.
you guys are both great. I appreciate you guys coming.
Well, what's that? Well, all right, so is it going to see a good football game on? I think it's going to be a good football game on Saturday.
I
I'm gonna
hope
tell you they're
so.
going to win, but it's going to be a good game.
You never know. You never know with the Hogs. You never know.
Do you notice, is there an uptick in mood here when the Razorbacks win? Or is there a lot of folks who are from out of state, and it's like Arkansas would be their adopted team, but they're still going to root for their team?
Yeah. I think there is an uptick a little bit. They, of course, like you said, they root for where they are, but there are a lot of people that do have their other teams. But I've noticed that everybody's in a little bit better mood, I guess you could say, when the Razorbacks win. So
That's right.
Same for
Domestic
sports
violence
radio.
goes down 38%.
Yeah. The text line isn't quite as active. The phone lines aren't quite as active either.
Food's a little better. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Well, Austin, I appreciate you coming over, and especially,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you talking with us. But
Yes,
more than
sir.
anything, is for the spread and the
Yes,
food
sir.
and the hospitality when we have showed up here.
Yes,
we
sir.
we don't always get fed when we're live on location when we come to Pinnacle Grove.
We do, though. That's right.
We're leaving with boxes of food sometimes.
All right.
All right, Austin.
Well,
Thanks
I
a lot.
appreciate you guys.
got it.
Thank you.
Austin Stiles is the culinary director at Pinnacle Grove's
job.
Senior Living. And obviously, if you end up living here at some point in your life, you are going to eat really, really well.
Oh, it's very nice.
Which means I think we got about 3.5 minutes to eat really, really well, and then we'll come back with more halftime. And you can be part of it on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Back in just a few minutes with a mouthful of food.
Presented by Sharp Equipment. You're invited to an open house hosted by Sharp Equipment, and it's 100% free. On Friday, October 24th from 11 to 1 p.m., they're throwing an open house party to showcase their new facility and services for their amazing customers and community. So come hungry, bring your friends, and get ready for good eats, giveaways, and an opportunity to donate to support the community holiday dinners. Chambers Bank will be grilling out, and they will be there live. They'd love for you to join them at Sharp Equipment, 3918 Pointer Trail East in Van Buren, on Friday, October 24th from 11 to 1.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits. Grand Avenue and I-540.
Get ready for fall with our Steel Fall Sales event going on now at Yeager's Ace Hardware. Save $50 on the Steel MS250 18-inch gas-powered chainsaw, now only $379.99. Buy the Steel MSA 70CB battery-powered chainsaw kit that includes a battery and a charger, and you get a 5-amp-hour battery for free. Or buy the Steel BGA 60 battery-powered blower kit, which includes battery and charger, and you get that 5-amp-hour battery for free. Steel, now available at all 5 Yeager's locations. Yeager's Ace Hardware. Real help, real savings.
Don't miss the big porch sale at Gelco Outdoors. Casual clothing, work clothing, and hunting clothing for men, women, and children. Clothing is priced at 50% off the lowest price, which means savings of 75% or more off the original price. Brands like Ariat, Browning, Wrangler, Drake, Non-Typical, and more. Save up to 75% off at Gelco Outdoors Porch Sale, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 70s with a slight chance of an afternoon shower across the south. Mainly clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, mid to upper 50s, and sunshine for Friday with a high, low 80s. Saturday, another sunny day with a high, low 80s. Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'd like to take an opportunity to blow the whistle.
Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you. Oh, ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
You said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
What name for one Razorback?
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
And hour number 3, halftime at 1:01 in the afternoon on a Thursday, live at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, where we still have residents cleaning up on the walking tacos. That means there's still time for any of our listeners to come over, because it's not just for the residents, it's for anybody listening that wants to see what resort-style senior living looks like in an area here in Rogers where it's, I mean, the last time we were here, Matt, there's like 8 more buildings that have been built right around here since we were here, and I think that was 5 months ago.
This is ridiculous. This is so cool, and the people here just, I mean, that's why, I guess that's why it keeps growing, is because the people here is what makes this place go.
Yeah, they got leprechaun balls and hog balls for food, and those are basically
they had leprechaun
Go
cheers.
ahead and laugh.
Yeah.
You heard the laughter in the background from C. McMahon. It's mozzarella cheese, okay? Those balls of mozzarella cheese in a very specific, like been scooped out by a melon ball. Gosh, you got some kind of a mind back there, Christian. And the little red sauce for the Razorback ones, a little green sauce for the leprechaun ones. And, of course, if it's Notre Dame, well, you're going to have green punch and everything. So
And if
that's
you
why it
catch
feels
a-
like St. Patrick's Day here today.
And if you catch a leprechaun, they feed you free for life. So be on the lookout for a leprechaun running around here.
Oh,
He's
yummy.
not supposed to be out, yeah.
Folks have kind of zeroed in on us, zeroing in and taking a look at us a little closer. You ever feel like an animal in a zoo?
Only regularly.
Just every
Yeah,
time we go
just
out
every
and do
time
it
I
here.
go places.
LSU and Ole Miss, 2:30 on ABC on Saturday, and Alabama and
You
Georgia.
surprised
at
it's not
6:30.
switched? Sorry, go ahead.
So what? What do you mean?
That the LSU Ole Miss isn't the late game and the Alabama Georgia game is the late game?
Well, I don't know. I mean, no, not really.
Yeah.
Alabama, Georgia, to me, I mean, that's
the marquee.
Hey, yeah, it is marquee. I mean, these are great brand names going against each other. LSU, Ole Miss, let's say brand names, yes, but not quite at the same level, I think, as Alabama and Georgia. Also from the kind of game. Well, look, I mean, the LSU Ole Miss game usually is really entertaining. Georgia and Alabama was last year too. Kentucky, South Carolina. Man, South Carolina, they're not keeping the same momentum from last year at all. And it's the same thing like with Florida, where you're banking on DJ Lagway being the thing that takes you there. And Lagway's been awful. And Lenora Sellers, I mean, he's been okay, hasn't been great. I don't know how great of a game that's going to be, because Kentucky's just not a team that moves the ball much at all. Utah State and Vanderbilt. Vandy about to go 5-0. They had a road loss to a group of 5 last year in Georgia State, but this is not a road game.
76-21, is that what that says?
70-21. They put up
Wow.
70 against Georgia State. Do you look at a score like that? It's like Indiana and blowing out teams, but they blow them out in just the most embarrassing scores. So does the margin of victory ought to mean something? Like when they destroy Illinois, and the thought is Illinois might be good, but who knows how good they are after that.
Illinois is Fugazi. They're fool's gold.
I still don't know how to believe in Indiana as a football team just on the brand name alone. But all they do is beat the snot out of every single opponent that they have in front of them, except for Ohio State. And, I mean, they just – I don't remember what the score was with Michigan last
They
year.
played
but
Notre Dame in the
It was a
playoff
tighter
game,
game.
yeah.
And then Notre Dame too. But just like if you blow out all the other opponents, does that mean the opponents are terrible? Or does it just mean Indiana actually is a pretty good team?
Hey, look, when they start keeping score, then you can't really kind of get too caught up in that. What I would look at is how long do they leave their starters in? You're saying it's 70-21, but did the backup quarterback play in the third quarter? are they doing, hey, we're just stat compiling and we're playing our starters the whole time? Because nobody cares that Arkansas beat Alabama A&M 52-6 or whatever. You know, like that's not what you're judged on by leaving your starters in and getting stats on that game. You want to see the backups in games like that. But no, once they start keeping score, I mean, that's why they do it. So it's really not that it's like there is an etiquette to it and a way to go about it. But you want to see the backups. You want to see other people getting into the game, and then you run your whole offense still. But if you're going to keep your starters in, I think then the tendency maybe is to kind of throttle off the gas a little bit.
They had 4 different players, Vanderbilt, attempt to pass or attempt at least 2 passes against Georgia State. So
that's good.
They're getting the backups in.
Yeah, I like that.
They got. I think they're all quarterbacks too.
And I think it's harder. That's what makes what Memphis is doing so much more remarkable. I think in this landscape of college football where it's the haves and the have-nots, and once you see somebody on tape and see how good they are, you go ahead and offer them money because Memphis had about 7 guys that could play for the Razorbacks right now. I mean, there's no lie about it. And that's why I wanted to get in with Danny West, and maybe we'll get him next time we get him. But when you go and get a coach like that, don't you think he's going to be like Calnetti? He's going to bring 8, 9. He's going to bring – dude, I could see him bringing 11, 12 guys. And so if I'm the AD and I'm starting – because we all know he's a lame duck as far as Sam Pittman. This is it. We get that. So when I'm talking to other people, who do you have on your roster that's going to come with you? And then you kind of find out what kind of person he is because I go back to that Texas A&M coach who went to Texas and not one of his single players went with him. Football coach, I think it's just, oh, my goodness, it's totally different. You're looking to get somebody with Memphis has some talent, and then you can pay him more as well.
Well, and depending on, how much eligibility those guys have, they are looking for that step up.
That's what I mean.
They will be. Because
100%.
It's not just a step up in competition. It's a step up in your pay, too. I mean, I don't know what the pay level is to the athletes in the American Conference. I think the SEC, most schools would have more for football. I think Arkansas would definitely have more money to pay than Memphis, but that also means you shouldn't be losing to that team. But then again, games aren't won and lost in the bank account. It's just to a lot of folks that means that it should be won or lost by the bank account. But that's another aspect too of Deion. When he leaves Jackson State and goes to Colorado,
brought Travis Hunter.
Who do you bring with him?
Yeah.
Absolutely, he brought the 2 guys who basically helped, who helped turn him into a bowl team, and I don't know if they are again this year. Signetti did the exact same thing. It's like I haven't studied Indiana's roster to see how many of those was it James Madison?
The Dukies. I think it was 13 guys. It was a big number.
So I wonder how many are still there.
2 years ago, so who knows? But I mean, there were 6, 7, 8 guys. That running back that was hurt for Memphis, number 13, number 19, whatever, that didn't play much. That dude is an SEC running back.
But it also seems like that changes the idea of the brand name, right? Because the brand name is what it is that you're looking to go to. Chris says, "Congratulations for beating us, Memphis, and now we'll take all your players."
That's what I mean.
Silverfield's answering questions about his coaching future at Memphis. I mean, he's being
already
asked
talked
about
to
this now.
We would already had a phone call. There would have been a phone call with him. How many of these kids you think that are the talent wise are able to play SEC football? And the answer would be a few. Like it could be 10, it could be 12. They're only going to get better. They just whooped us. I mean, they just whooped us in a 4-quarter football game.
It's got to be an idea that you can change the idea of your program and what your program is very quickly in today's day and age, where you aren't building a program through high school recruiting classes anymore. You're building your program, and you don't get that 1-year ramp up anymore. Especially you see Signetti, Sonny Dykes in their first years in the playoff. And I don't remember how TCU's team was built necessarily, but that's also in the era of the transfer portal. So that had to have been an aspect of it, and it certainly was for Indiana. But if you make it to the playoff in that first year with your coach, and has that changed the perception of the program for recruits, for future transfers, for future high schoolers, and then have you done something which you couldn't have done 10, 15 years ago when you did have to build it through high school recruiting, and it was a much slower process. And it's like the whole point of thinking, all right, you don't believe what you see from Indiana because it's Indiana, and because the depths of the Big Ten aren't as deep, or I don't think are as good as the bottom of the SEC, or maybe we're just assuming that. But Indiana's not there now. There's a different perception of their program, much different perception of the program. I mean, who knows what'll happen? I mean, I don't know what. I'm not trying to tell you that they're going to be another team that makes it to the playoff out of the blue, but based on what you've seen in their first 4 weeks and taking Illinois to the house, and I know maybe they're not very good, but they'll have a chance to prove themselves again against
Illinois
the better
is
teams.
slow. They don't have a lot of speed. When's the last time Coach Bielema won a big game? You got to give credit for this. It's like giving Hunter credit for getting Coach Cal. He didn't wreck the car. When Coach Bielema gets in a game they're supposed to win, they win those games. But when he gets in a game, it's a big game, and he needs to elevate, they don't have a lot of room to elevate. But he doesn't get beat by Memphis.
Here's Brian in Ozark on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Brian, what's up?
Hey, not much. What's going on? How are y'all today?
Just eating a walking taco. How are you?
I'm good. I got a question. 2 years ago, and the reason I'm asking this, I heard y'all talking to Danny West about Kane Archer. 2 years ago, Kane Archer was projected as the number 1 overall recruit for 2026, was a 5-star, and was definitely the best quarterback to ever come out of the state of Arkansas. So, in 2 years, how do you fall to like 200 and something ranked 200 and something player, a 3-star?
He's 5'11".
And
he didn't grow. That's the reason. I guarantee you.
Is
If
that
he was
it?
6'4", he would be the one. But he didn't grow. He lifting too much weights too young. One of the things you don't want to do as an 8th grader is trying to max out. It's all about toning. It's all about how many can you. You should not be lifting weights if you can't do it over 10 times in the 8th grade. And he was doing, that type of stuff. It stunts your growth. He didn't grow anymore. That doesn't mean he's not a talented kid and can't play. If he was 6'4", Brian, he would be the number one. The number one. He's 5'11".
Would he be the Arkansas recruit? Would he be signing? I
think Bobby would be more inclined to recruit him if he was 6'4" or 6'5". I do. I just think he's too short. That he does. There's a lot of, and me included. I'm going to go recruit a 6'4" kid before I'm going to recruit a 5'11" kid.
Okay. I was just wondering because, I found that really weird that he fell so far down the road. But thank you for answering my question, Matt. Have a good day.
You got it, Brent. And it's interesting to think of it that way because I think I'm always thinking in terms of a baseball player and scouts and what your job is. And I think recruiting experts are maybe doing the same thing in the star ratings is projection. What does this player look like by the time he gets to campus? What does this player look like by the time the second year of college ball starts? But also those projections go along with growing.
Mm-hmm.
Always goes
You would
with
think
growing.
when he's in 9th grade, you think, well, that kid's going to be 6'3", 6'2", and it just didn't happen. And that doesn't mean he's not super talented. And he might be, he might be the best Arkansas quarterback ever to come out of the state of Arkansas. I think he'll do well wherever he goes. It's just how many 5'11" quarterbacks you see playing on Sundays? Not a lot. Not a lot.
One of them just lost his job.
And
Russell Wilson.
He's one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the history of the game. Like it's not even close.
Hall of very good?
Hall of get him off my team. I want somebody else.
All right, we're going to have a Hall of Brett Dolan on halftime. That didn't work. But Brett Dolan joins us
He's
in a
the man.
moment. Stay with us.
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
This is Phil Steele.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3900. $39.36. 18-month same-as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Man, this takes me back to the 2000s.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget. Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level. And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story. Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Neil Young is getting old, searching for a heart of gold. His only #1 song is the #1 thing most people get wrong. We tend to think we're as good as gold, but in Jeremiah 17:9 it's told, the human heart is desperately wicked right from the start. The Holy Spirit will rip you apart, but then give you a new heart. Mine for the treasure of Jesus written in the scrolls. Otherwise, you're chasing fool's gold. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
We are working on getting Brett Dolan, who will be on the call
Unit.
at Touchdown Radio for Ole Miss and LSU. Yeah, what's going on back there?
Can't handle success, Unit.
He's too busy
Your
writing
first half,
jokes.
Your Bobby Petrino offense, man. Your first half team. This is the fourth quarter, man. Let's go. We need more than 3 points in the second half.
Can't you see Brett Dolan on the other side of the field, just with his arms folded and a little furrow of the brow, very nervously and anxiously tapping his foot, waiting for the weekly phone call to come so that he can detail to us about this Ole Miss LSU game, which is, what are the marquee games in college football this week? In Penn State, Oregon,
Alabama, Georgia,
Ole Miss, LSU. I know there's a bunch of others because this is kind of a blockbuster weekend in college football. But Brett's on the Lewis Automotive Hotline right now, so let's get to one of those blockbuster games. Brett, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. You're right. This is a massive, fun weekend in college football. A couple of weeks ago, we'd be happy with one or two. It feels like we've got a whole list of big games.
So you get to watch Trinidad Chambliss again, right? Is this this is Wally Pipp all over again, or at least it feels like it.
It does. Again, we're talking about a D2 guy who didn't get to school until May, wasn't around in spring practice, and all of a sudden he's leading a team. And, I was wondering after we saw him, Phil, against Arkansas, if Simmons had been fully healthy, and it was obvious to us he wasn't. And Lane said, well, Simmons is our guy. Then if you're Chambliss and you haven't played 4 games, you'd be tempted to say in this new world of college sports, hey, you know what, I'm just going to take this to the house and I'm going to start for somebody else next year. And I'm not going to waste my only D1 year sitting behind Simmons. And then it looks like he might have a chance to make his mark. So we'll see. It's a very good defense he's going to be going up against.
Speaking of good defenses, this Indiana-Iowa game. There's so many good games this weekend. How do you see this? It's kind of a contrasting styles. It's going to be kind of like the one we'll get into with LSU Ole Miss. It seems like LSU more the defensive team now, which I wouldn't have thought that the last couple years, and Ole Miss the offensive team. But let's first go Indiana-Iowa. Can Iowa score enough to keep up with Indiana?
Well, I don't know. About halftime of that game last week when Indiana was playing Illinois, knowing Indiana was coming to Iowa City next week, I thought, you know what, this would be good if they get a big win against a top 10 team and they come in a little satisfied and happy and fat next week. And then I watched the second half and I'm like, do they ever stop scoring? Can they just put it in park for a while? Iowa doesn't lose a lot at Kinnick Stadium. They will give Indiana a different look. They can score some points, unlike a few weeks ago. We'll find out. If Indiana, I don't think is going anywhere, at least from being in relevance in that conference. And a win on the road after a top 10 win would kind of put them in that tier behind the Ohio States and Michigans in that conference. And who knows, maybe a chance to get back. So sneakily, I think Iowa can hang with them. But if Indiana's half as good as they were last week, that's a game that they will probably win.
I need to get back to this Tigers-Rebels game with you. Who has the better defense here? Because LSU's defense looks like it's been pretty stout for the first 4 games. I don't think they've faced a great offense, though, and that's got to be part of it. What did you make from watching Ole Miss's defense against Arkansas?
Well, obviously Talon had his way in the first half, and they made some adjustments and certainly looked better in the second. I think Ole Miss misses some of the guys that they had up front, whether it was Pegues or Walter Nolan. I like Daugherty, the linebacker. I think they've got a couple of decent corners. The one thing, though, I think that if we still don't know completely about their defense after this game, it's because LSU's had a hard time running the football. And I don't know if Nessmeyer's 100% either. I think he looked physically a little bit better. They don't have quite the running backs they've had in years past, and that's made them somewhat one-dimensional, and they have not been as good. And let's face it, LSU's wins, if you would have told me before the year they're going to win at Clemson and they're going to really shut down Florida, I would have thought that would have been pretty impressive. I don't know if it's quite as impressive now, having watched Clemson and Florida since those wins. So We'll see. I would probably lean Ole Miss in this game. I just like them at home. I like what I think they can do against LSU's offense. But this is one of the truly fun games this week because of not only the rivalry, but kind of where this game is going to shake out for the rest of the season for either one of these teams.
Last year, one of the best games in college football was Oregon-Penn State. They're kind of returning the favor. Oregon's going to head to Happy Valley to take on Penn State. And is this a chance for Jimmy Franklin to kind of shake off some of the haters about can't win the big game? You give them any chance, especially because Penn State will be at home this Saturday?
Well, you're 1,000% right on James Franklin, and I've been kind of hard on him, but I don't think. I was on this train years ago, and I think it's almost suffocating at times for Penn State because they've done everything right except kind of handle some of these games. I believe they're 4-20 against top 10 teams under James Franklin, and since their last win against the top 10 team in the Big Ten, it was I think December of 2016. That's been a while. The one thing I think is fascinating, though, in this game, if you're James Franklin and you're trying to get a win, obviously playing at home helps. But the one game that they look back on Oregon last year when they weren't Oregon was when they were facing Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. The defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, is now the defensive coordinator at Penn State, allegedly making over $3 million. So when you're trying to win big games, you go grab the defensive coordinator and you pay him and say, do what you did against Oregon then for us and give us a chance to get a win. The scary part for Penn State is that they've just been kind of inching in this capacity in the last couple of years. It's kind of their turn, their time. I'm still not convinced they can get it done, but I think they put a lot of eggs in their basket for this year, whether it's returnees, whether it's coordinators, to try and win games like this.
What do you think will happen with Hawkins, a quarterback for Oklahoma, Mateer out for at least 4 weeks with the hand injury and having surgery? So that means Hawkins would start against Kent State, Texas. He had a miserable game against Texas last year, and South Carolina. And then I know I'm assuming you're on the call for Oklahoma, Tennessee, which I see is on the Touchdown Radio schedule. So he'd be back for that game. But between now and then, can Oklahoma hold serve, because they had something going for those first 4 weeks?
Well, they sure did, and obviously Mateer did as well. I think hold serve has to be the goal. I don't think you need to exceed that. I think whether it's the bye week or the non-conference game, just gain a little bit of momentum. We'll see what happens in the Texas game. Certainly, I think it's a winnable one, and it's a shame because I think they had put themselves in position maybe to take not only a step forward this year from last, but maybe 2 or 3, and losing Mateer doesn't help. Obviously, the backup has had some experience, which doesn't hurt either. But the schedule is at least a little bit friendly for a few weeks with the hope that Mateer can get back. I'm not convinced he can get back as soon as they say, but I know they will be rooting for him to do just that.
I guess the other big one, Alabama, Georgia, man, what a win that would be for Alabama. I don't know. I'm going to have to take Georgia in this one, but kind of give me your percent chance. Alabama always has a chance. How do you see that one going?
I might be off on my number, so I'm doing this off the top of my head, so give me a little bit of leeway. I think Kirby Smart has lost 6 games to Alabama, and against everybody else, I think he's lost like 13. So almost, half of the losses against other teams he's taken just to Alabama. We know that was against Saban. The interesting part to me is that it's not a bigger point spread. I think it's right in the area of 3.5, which would lean towards just the advantage you get from playing at home. Simpson's played better, and I don't know what his completion percentage is for Alabama, but it's damn near 90%, which I find really fascinating. So Alabama's got a shot, but this to me is very similar to that James Franklin talk. If you're Kirby, you want to beat Alabama. If you're Penn State, you want to win a big game, and you feel like you have that opportunity. Both of them do so at home. I don't know if this will be a pretty game, but if someone wants to see Georgia fall, they're going to have to beat them. I don't think Georgia's going to beat themselves, but Alabama might be a little bit better than we thought when they looked so bad in week 1 against Florida State.
Speaking of teams beating themselves, it seems like that's what Arkansas has done the last 2 weeks. Any chance this is a one-score game going into the fourth quarter? Arkansas has a chance for redemption. How do you? I mean, give these Arkansas fans, give us something positive going into this Arkansas Notre Dame game.
Make us feel good, bro.
Okay, you're putting it on my shoulders. All right, I'll rise to the task. It is a defense that's just given up way too many yards and points for Notre Dame. I would always think Notre Dame would have some Big Ten qualities to them, where defense is ahead of offense. That's not the case. You hope that Arkansas can find a way, if indeed it is a close game, and I think it could be, to win close games. I think the close losses have become a thing. And obviously, whether it's the fumbles or just not executing, to me it was the 12 men on the field out of a timeout, and it was the giving up the long run at the end of the game to the backup quarterback that was so frustrating to me as the fumble. Something has to happen to get Arkansas over the hump. There was a game last year where my team won a game with 5 first downs, and they were outgained by 200 yards. Mm-hmm. And after the game, the coach was asked, How did you win that game with 5 first downs? Sam's kind of getting the opposite. How did you lose that game when you were in position to win? My coach stepped up last year, and he quoted Albert Einstein, and he said, the things that can be counted don't count, and the things that can't be counted do. And what he meant was, it doesn't matter how high you can jump, how fast you can run, how strong you are. We can count those. Those don't matter at critical times. And what matters at critical times is your discipline and your want to. We can't measure that, but that's what matters at key moments. And those key moments have not worked. Fumbles and penalties. Something has to change in a big moment to make that not a thing.
Brett, let's leave it there. Right up against Brett. Hope the travel back to Oxford, which is kind of like a hometown for you now for the last 3 weeks. Hope it goes well. I know the call will go great, and we'll look forward to talking about it next week.
Absolutely. Always enjoy it, guys.
Brett Dolan with us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. I'll be on the call for LSU versus Ole Miss on Touchdown Radio nationwide on Saturday. Join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living in Rogers, 877-377-6963. We'll be back for the home stretch right after this.
Oh, hell, somebody names a burrito after me, I'm going to be loyal to them.
This is Halftime.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your mower with a Hustler from WT Equipment. Hustler mowers are built tough, cut cleaner, and make yard work faster and easy. Right now, WT Equipment has great deals on Hustler Zero Turn, so you can get professional results without the hassle. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today and see why Hustler is the mower of choice for homeowners and pros alike. Go by and see them at WT Equipment or find them online at WTEquip.com.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to make you a morning person. Loading up our omelet biscuit with sausage, ham, and applewood smoked bacon stacked on a fluffy made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Or making a home-style loaded burrito. All that breakfast in a tortilla with crispy hash browns. Good morning, morning person, from Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for 20% off any breakfast purchase of $10 or more. Registration and minimum $10 purchase required. See app for terms.
Save up to $7,500 off and get 2.9% financing for 72 months on America's #1 selling truck, the Ford F-150. It's a limited time offer at Harry Robinson's Saddlesall Ford.
Yep, $7,500 off, and you can get your 72 months at 2.9% financing. Right now is the time to buy. Come to Harry Robinson's Saddlesall Ford. Let us save you some money. Get your incentives, get your financing incentives, and you get your rebate. And, like you said, me and you was talking about this. Harry's like big thing. Harry always says it, we want to give you more money for your trade. We want to give you more money than any other dealer out there. So come and see us, Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford. We're going to save you some money on that new vehicle purchase and those escapes too. Those escapes, you can get a brand new car for $369 a month, and your first year or 2 years of maintenance is paid for. So come and see us, Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford. You're going to find the best deal on a new Ford.
1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesall, and always online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Christmas with leather. Christmas with heather. Freaks flock together, making all the big boys scream. All right, turn it up now. All right, turn it up now. Put it up to the family.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Live at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living in Rogers, Phil Elson, Matt Jones. Don Allen is joining us now. Don is he's not just a resident at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living. He is, just let him describe it. You're an historic resident at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, Mr. Allen, correct?
I was the first one to move into assisted living.
The first to ever be in the assisted living building, which is located right next door to the independent building, which is where we are right now. So do they treat you like a celebrity here?
They treat all of us like celebrities here.
That's the best answer you could possibly give. And it's the true answer, too.
It's a true answer.
That's so cool. How long if you're the first one here, how long were you the only one?
Just a couple of days. That's when they first started moving us in, and my son had already arranged for me to move in, so we just happened to get here a day or two before some others.
So now how long have you lived at Pinnacle?
28 months.
And what do you think about it?
I love it. I can't imagine being anywhere else. It has become my home, and the residents here are my family. And the people who work here, the nurses aides, the kitchen staff, the maintenance people are just first class. They respond to everything that they need to respond to. Very happy to be here.
Sounds like relationships are what you're building too. That's what makes a home, right?
That's exactly right.
So, obviously, when you're over at assisted living, what is that like? You have people helping you out throughout the day.
Yeah. See a little button here?
Yes.
if I need anything, I push it, and somebody comes and helps me.
Okay.
And it's just really that simple.
It's like
They manage my medicine by my choice. I'd rather have them do it than myself. But they clean our apartments and they do our laundry, and they feed us well, and they respond to our needs and our emergencies readily. It's a great place. I really can't imagine being anywhere else.
That's wonderful. So you take that button with you everywhere you go then?
Oh, yeah.
Around, well, you got it with you right here.
If I pushed it now in here, they would go to my apartment.
Okay.
They think I'm in my apartment.
They know exactly where you are at that mall. Yeah. They would go straight to the apartment, too.
Right.
But how often do you make it over here to the Independent Living Center?
Well, this is my first time to be in this room. I've often wondered where that door went.
Yeah, that's right. It goes into this very room where they host radio shows once every 3 years.
And I took one tour through the Independent Living just to see it one time, but other than that, I have not been in it.
Matt and I both have figured out if we get to the point, this is where we want to live at some point, and that means we know where to do the radio shows when that happens too.
We can continue the contest. So
yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
we will continue that contest. So, how long have you been retired, and what did you do before retirement?
I retired on my 89th birthday.
Gosh, you're a hardworking man.
6 years ago. 17 days I'll enjoy my 95th birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's so cool.
Before that, I was a lobbyist. I was in government.
Okay, you laughed about it.
So Bruce Pearl
didn't want to admit it.
You never know how people are going to respond to that.
Hey, we don't have to get into the politics.
But I spent 26 years as the executive director of the Arkansas Poultry Federation. I represented the poultry industry before government. For 26 years.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not an important position at all, huh? That's the poultry industry in Arkansas. Yeah. You represented the poultry industry in the state.
Right.
Well, there's
probably some listeners here who know exactly who this gentleman is then.
Yeah, probably where we're sitting right now used to be a chicken house.
That's so, I mean, you did that up until age 89?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing anything at age 89. How did you pull that off?
Well, I enjoyed working. I enjoyed getting up and going to work.
It's funny how that works too.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning and you're thankful.
Yeah.
You might continue a little bit farther, huh?
Oh yeah, you wake up looking forward to going to work, and I think that's the way God intended for us to be. Really, I quit because I wasn't physically able to give what I should be able to give to the job. But I've had a great life.
Well, and I mean, it continues too. That's what Pinnacle Groves is all about, right?
It is
enjoying your life while you're here, and it sounds like you definitely are. You got friends, people that you refer to as your family, and I mean, I can already tell just looking at you, talking with you, Don. You're a happy man. We should all be like this.
Thank you.
Truthfully,
I try to be.
Well, good. I hope are we going to win a football game on Saturday?
I certainly hope so. I think I told you a while ago, I'm personally a graduate of OU. I graduated at OU in 1956.
He was particularly interested in Brett's answer about what OU needed to do without John Mateer.
Yeah, that was.
So it was pretty easy, I could tell.
But
he must be an OU fan.
8 members of my children and grandchildren are graduates at Fayetteville, so I'm well invested in both of them.
Well, hopefully at some point we'll see Arkansas and OU play each other in football, but it's not like for an
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. I remember when we used to play Oklahoma State every year, and I thought that was one of the best games we played was Arkansas, Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the Bedlam was one of the things you would always have to look forward to.
Right. Yeah.
And that's changed
We had
completely.
that in the Red River shootout.
What did you think of Oklahoma State firing Mike Gundy?
I think they're short-sighted.
Really? Would you give him till the end of the year?
I'd give him as long as his contract called for him. He's given them 21 great years over there. They've never had a program equal to his, and he's run on a little rough time. I just think it's short-sighted to let him go.
You do see firings happen pretty well.
There's 3 already this
a lot
year.
quicker than, in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s, right?
Right.
Where you get time to build a program. Well, with Gundy, you'd think maybe you'd have to wait until the end of the season, but I don't know if that's the way things are now. I think there were only 4 Power 4 jobs open from last season, and there already are 4 open jobs because there's the 3 that have had a firing, and Stanford. I mean, Stanford's got Frank Reich on a 1-year rental as their head
Luck's
coach.
the GM. I want to. What are your thoughts on Oklahoma coming to the SEC and how they've adjusted and adapted to the SEC?
Well, I was in favor of them coming to SEC. They're capable of playing SEC football. They've proven it for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, they had a coaching conflict and some player conflicts right at the time they transferred that hurt the program. And it takes a little time to build that back. And I think that he's done a good job of building it back. It's unfortunate that boy got his hand broken the other day because they looked like they were going to have a good season. I don't know how they will.
It could be a quick rebuild and also an image rebuild because the way with Riley Lee jumping from that, Oklahoma's supposed to be a destination program, not a stepping stone. And so there's an image I think that goes along when something like that happens. And Venables doesn't have them out in the clear yet. It takes through a whole season, and that's what you're getting at with Mateer. They're well, obviously, you get a potential Heisman winner at quarterback. You're going to be better with him than without him.
Yeah, I was in college when Bud Wilkinson was the coach. And people like Tommy McDonald, who y'all might not even know who was, he was All-American end for Oklahoma and played for the Philadelphia Eagles for 10 or 12 years, All-Pro. He hitchhiked from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Norman to try out for the OU football team, and rather than take scholarship offers that were given.
I love it. But that back then, hitchhiking was a way of life.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's too much of a way of life now. Don, we're right up against a break, so we'll leave it there. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on your celebrity status here at Pinnacle Groves.
No, we're all celebrities here.
You got that.
Thank you.
It's Don Allen, the first ever resident at the assisted living facility at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, where we will be back in a moment to wrap up halftime, so stay with us.
Why do you want to fight?
Because I can't sing a dance.
This is halftime.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Hey everybody, Zachary Hall here, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. If you have not stopped by the Jam Mart in Fort Smith on Phoenix Avenue, you're missing out. They have a brand new hot case in there. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch, they serve dinner. My personal favorite is the chicken strips and potato wedges. They also serve cheeseburgers as well. They have all sorts of options that you don't want to miss. Be sure to stop by and see your local Jam Mart, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith today. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in Arkansas.
Fill her up, please.
Mustard or ketchup?
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
It's fall cleanup time at Gray Brothers Equipment. From the large M7 Series Kubotas to the L2502, the best-selling compact tractor in Arkansas and Oklahoma, Gray Brothers and Kubota will make your fall cleanup a breeze. And with Gray Brothers low pricing plus great interest rates from Kubota, they're making fall cleanup enjoyable again. Come see the full line at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a limit.
Archery deer season is getting closer, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows and crossbows, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site and ready to get you dialed in to hunt. Need gear? Infinity Sports and Outdoors has tree stands, saddles, plus blinds from Banks Outdoors. Find all your hunting needs now at Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon-wrap fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long. Boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Put your hands on the wheel. Let the window down to the moonlight on your skin. Desert wind. The world to stay.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Closing up shop here at Pinnacle Grove Senior Living. Scott's with us. Matt Jones. I'm Phil Elson. Man, we've had we had guests that we didn't even think were going to come on today, including DC, as she asked us
Love
to call
her.
her.
She's my favorite.
She was terrific. And when she walked away and I shouted out, "Nice to meet you, DC," she turned and was like, "I like that." I think she was going to want everybody to call her that now.
We'll start that for her.
Yes, I heard so many great things from the residents that we've had on the air today, Scott. But then what really hit me was the last gentleman, Don, who sat down and referred to everybody here as part of his family. And I think that's when you're looking to move into senior living, I think that's something that folks think they may lack in their lives after that, is the feeling of family.
Yes. A lot of that is people are looking for a community and having that feeling of family, because some of them at this stage in their lives become isolated and they stay to themselves and they're not social.
They don't want to be a burden type thing.
They don't want to be a burden to the family. Oh, I didn't tell you about this because I didn't want you to worry. And now all like-minded people are here and they're having the same experiences, but they're getting to meet people that are doing the same things that they're doing, and they all have commonality. So I think that's something that it gets them away from isolation.
Yeah, well, it's also things like the football game for tomorrow. You guys have this awesome theater where you put games on and movies and all that kind of stuff. So what will the scene be at 11 o'clock tomorrow
Tuesday.
at kickoff?
I mean, 2 days from today.
Oh, yeah,
Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Okay,
11 o'clock tomorrow, they'll be listening to halftime when we're at the Steakhouse
that's right.
Sports Theater in Springdale.
That's right. So probably 8 o'clock we'll turn on game day. Where's game day this week?
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't.
Penn State?
I think it is Penn State, Oregon.
Okay, that's right. It's Penn State. We'll turn on game day. And then, of course, at some point, we'll probably switch over to the SEC Nation because they want to hear about Arkansas.
And it's
the
an 11
SEC.
o'clock game, early game.
Yeah, and it's an 11 o'clock game. So we'll probably switch back and forth and then probably close out with SEC Nation and then get it over to ABC.
What's the turnout as far as, I don't know if it's percentage or number of people, but is it 20, 30, 40 people come down to watch that? Like, is it a good group? Like,
Yes.
the atmosphere is pretty cool?
So the theater that we have seats 40 people. We'll probably get 35 to 40 people. And out of that 35 to 40 people,
a lot of them will like football. Yeah.
Everybody likes football.
They're loud fans then.
And they're not, I mean, they're Arkansas fans, of course, but then they have another team that they follow.
Yeah.
And so after that game, we're going to turn to, it could be Big Ten, it could be SEC. I mean, you got a lot of good games coming up. So it's kind of up to audience choice. Who is the most vocal on what team they want to play and see. So that's what we end up doing after the Arkansas-Notre Dame game.
All right, so we got about a minute. For folks that are interested in information on Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, where can they go and who can they talk to?
So you're going to talk to myself, Scott, or Elena, and you can either go to pinnaclegroves.com or you can call us directly, 479-662-8183. And you ask for us, and we're happy to give you whatever information you'd like, whether it's independent living, assisted living, or memory care.
And take them on a tour throughout the whole facility, too.
Absolutely. You know, we'd like to get specific. What are you looking for? Independent living, assisted living. Then we're going to tailor that tour to whatever you're looking for.
All right.
So,
well, that's great, Scott. It's a lovely place. We love coming here. Your residents are outstanding, and I mean that says a lot about your staff and you too. So thank you so much.
And we love having you. So we can't wait for the next game, whether it's basketball, baseball, football next year. We're looking forward to it.
The Hogs are 2-0 when halftime comes out here, so let's plan it every week.
Let's go.
Let's go. So thank you very much.
You got it. All right, that's halftime today for Thursday. Download the Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast, ready to go in just a moment. Ruskin and Zach are joining you in a few minutes as well. And then Matt and I are in Springdale tomorrow at the All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater. Matt, travel safe. I'll see you there tomorrow.
Woo pig.
With Christian Johnston back in studios, I'm Phil. From Matt, that's halftime. Have a great rest of your day.
Looking for a fence that stands out and